Welcome to the Cult of Cinema Canada edition. My name is Aaron. I'm going to be joined here very soon by my good friend Malcolm. Um, this an abbreviated edition, but we got some stuff to show. Malcolm got a whole bunch of stuff. I got a few things here, and for a change, I'm actually showing, as I did last night. For those that have not yet seen my Mill Creek haul video, it's massive. You should have watched it. It's got some cool steelbooks and TV shows and everything in there. We got some 4K. I got some Blu-ray. I got some stuff that's on its way to print, and I got it from The Strangest Place, which we'll talk about. I've even got some stuff here that is kind of Malcolm related because it's UK related. And with that being said, say hi, like, share, subscribe, do all that jazzy stuff that you do so that you know these videos are coming up. If you want to super chat, super sticker, or donate, much appreciated. We got a Patreon over there. Got to check that out. And with that being said, my name is Aaron. Let's get to the hits. I was waiting for Malcolm to come in. I'm going to start off by showing you one of the things that I got, and we're starting with one of my favorite doctors. It is the complete 6th season Tom Baker. So if you're kind of wondering which season this one is, this one has Destiny of the Daleks, City of Death, Creature from the Pit, Nightmare of Eden, Horns of Nimron, and it has altogether, I think, 3 versions of Shada. For those that don't know, Shada was the episode that didn't get finished. Hey there, Richard. Welcome, man. Pretty good tonight, actually. So this one here. So Shada, basically, there was a writer's strike. So it got shut down. Hey, Henry, welcome, man. I'm back in the Canadian side of it. And what they did was they eventually went back and they finished it. But well, they finished it in their own way. But this here set is I think it's like 7 discs, and I'm dragging this one out because I'm waiting for Malcolm to come in. Because I got other stuff to show you guys, including some 4K stuff, by the way, and it's horror related. Hey there, Vince, welcome, man. Hey, double time work. Hopefully, as long as you get paid double time, man. So we get like the Shadow, the unfinished season finale, 6 episodes with newly enhanced animation to fill in the gaps, plus the 1992 VHS edition version of it, the 2017 DVD version of it, 6 episodes of Behind the Sofa. We get a brand new making of Destiny of the Daleks, because when this one's put out on DVD and never got a making of. And a lot of Doctor Who stuff for those that collect it, they get making ofs. Douglas Adams tribute, because Douglas Adams, for those who don't know, the guy who did Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, was a writer and kind of a showrunner for Doctor Who for a period of time. We get a long feature-length interview with Layla Ward here. Brand new audio commentaries on episodes with Layla Ward, Tom Baker, and Catherine Shale. And yes, Catherine Shale. Look her up. She's a sci-fi legend. In conversation, we get with Matthew Sweet talks to writer Bob Baker, the co-creator of K9, and he talks about his Tom Baker, like John Perrier storylines, updated special effects for Nightmare of Eden. We get a Tom Talks, where basically Tom Baker is chatting on some stuff. A Blu-ray trailer with the special mini episode that when they do the opening, kind of about it. Updated special effects, exclusive archival treats, studio footage. It's taken Malcolm Weil here. Immersive 5.1 audio on the Destiny of the Daleks and Shada, audio archive for 1979 Genesis of the Daleks, like LP, which is really kind of cool. I actually didn't know that was there. PDF written archives, and that's the new stuff. So anything that came out before, any of the previous stuff that was on like the DVDs will also be here too. Gotta get this back and see this. One thing I hate about this one right here is I need to get a new case for it, because the discs keep coming loose. like especially the first disc. The first disc come loose like crazy, and not sure my dad has this too, but I know my dad has this too, but I'm not sure if his has the same issue. But if you look at the first disc right here, this is the first one. It just lifts off. There's no, you know, there's no catch at all. Like when these things come out, there should be a catch. But there we go, season 6, which I'm going to depack very carefully when I get back to Morocco. And probably I'm going to put that in separate cases because of that. And with that being said, because I have been waiting and he hasn't shown up yet, we are going to go into the next one. So I went thrifting, and I want to go to talk to thrifting stuff first before I go in to the other stuff. So I went thrifting. I went to a few different places. I went to a village, which Enready will know very well. He's Canadian like me. And Valley Village is a place where you either find nothing or you hit gold. And I kind of think I hit gold this time. At least I know I hit coal. Hey there, Gina. Welcome, man. Place it in a paper sleeve and place it into clips. That's a good idea, actually. That's a really good idea, Gina. I gotta get a sleeve for that. Slowing the PC. Just letting you know, I'm on limited time here. But the next one up is the DVD. And I'm super stoked, but it's an odd one. So it is a BFI release. Yeah, BFI release in Canada, and it's like mint. It really, really is. And it's documentary, but it's rated 15. So we'll get to that because here's the thing: documentaries, especially things by like the NCB or something like that, aren't normally given a rating. They normally bypass the rating because it's a documentary, something that they're showing. So it bypasses the ratings board. This one didn't, and we'll get to why actually, because it's interesting. Okay, so this is National Coalboard Collection, Volume 1, Portrait of a Miner. As you can see, there is the infamous 15 rating, which didn't expect to see on this when I picked it up. So this is a 2-disc set, and what it is, there was this kind of cinematic, like cinemagazine called the Mining Review, and they'd have like documentaries and stories and cartoons and like safety things and films and stuff like industrial like accents, bass band stuff, all kinds of stuff, right? So so much is on here, but one of the things, and let me just, because I want to get this straight here. It's like I really think you have to hear this. It's to kind of understand why this is rated 15, because this is intriguing. Something that I found very, very interesting. So there's one on here, and it's called Man Failure from 1971, the year I was born. And so it is a odd documentary one, short, and basically there's a gore scene in it. So I'm guessing talking about like accidents that can happen, but there's also a full frontal nudity scene on here. And the full frontal nudity scene is basically talking about the importance of marital problems and not having romantic dalliances when you're gonna go mining. So there's a scene of a nude biking trip with a naked bare-breasted woman. That there's a scene of why am I hearing
Okay.
myself?
Oh, yeah, because I couldn't see that I was loaded into the chat. That's why.
It's not
So I
me
was
this
looking
time
on
for
my
a
phone.
change. Hey, Malcolm. So, Portrait of the
Hey,
Miner. Do you have this?
no, but I need to get a look for it today, but it wasn't there.
I
So
mean, it seems there's like a nice 80-page book.
Fiverr, right?
Yeah, it's oh, pardon?
$5, right?
$5. Which I gotta say is a damn good price. And there's like it goes through different ones here, let you know like the different like ones here. Like some of these are like 10 minutes long. Could be some as short as 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Some can be like 28 minutes, like kind of like longer ones. But there's a whole bunch of stuff. There's even like cartoons. Uh Marilyn Out of the Darkness about a miner's
Yeah.
daughter. And some really strange ones that I can't show on here. Man Failure runs 70 minutes long, which is one we're talking about.
Wow.
The film suggests that women are often to blame for accidents in mines by their distracting effects on men. So, I'm not even
I like
joking,
that.
guys.
I like
He's a
that.
producer. I'm Generation X. We are the generation that doesn't give a crap.
It should be Generation Triple X.
There we go. And this is the set right here.
Nice. So it's actually, so the book was actually in a cardboard slip with that.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's a 2-disc set, and even has the whoever had this, like they took great care. I'll show you guys actually, like really great care because I feel like if this was watched, watched once. Look at that.
Well, that's mint.
And to the point where the 2010 catalog is still.
Oh, I wonder when it came out.
It's neat. I mean, like Tokyo's talking about like new releases coming up, like Tokyo Story and Secrets of Nature and stuff like that.
I remember getting the Shaw Brothers. Oh, sure. I remember getting the Shaw Brothers DVDs now. But since we're talking about BFI, I will show the two BFIs I got today. I got these. The Corrals of Crime Collection and Classic Collection.
Nice.
They've both got really thick booklets in them. The movies in them are Ikaru, aka Living, I Live in Fear, Redbeard, Dodaka Ken, The Lower Depths, that's that one.
Yeah.
And in the other one, we've got Drunken Angel, Stray Dog, The Bad Sleep Well, and High and Low. High and Low is Criterion in America.
Yeah.
I don't think it is over here. So
if you've never seen High and Low, it's one, it's amazing. Two, Kurosawa's crime films are severely underrated.
Yes. Well, you know, surprisingly, I watched that many carousers other than, the samurai ones. So I was like, I've got to pick these up, especially considering they went from $36.99 to $19.99 each. I was like, yeah, I'll grab them.
That's a great price. That's what this actually goes for now over in I looked it up.
Yeah. Crazy, isn't it?
Oh, the one I showed before, just so you know. It's this one right here.
Ooh. Do you like the new Doctor Who thing?
Oh my God, the new like theme is so good.
It's good, isn't it?
It is. So
I shall show some DVDs very quickly. So I got The Flood, which is a crocodile horror movie.
Nice.
I got Man Eater, which is a shark one.
I see a theme.
Shark bait. Donna picked these. That's the funny thing. Do Not Disturb, which I got for free because it wasn't in CX's system. The Bay of Silence, which wasn't in the system. Let me quickly move that there. Let's see. I got Insidious, The Red Door on Blu-ray.
I have that coming.
Nice. Oh, you got a review copy of that, haven't you?
Yeah, that one and Sniper Grit.
Well, if there's one thing we know, it's because it's Sony, right?
Yeah, the quality's going to be great.
We know the quality is going to be outstanding. So, The Meg 2, The Trench, Westworld, which came with a still book and book.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I've got them. Let me get some more here quickly. Rosemary's Baby, 4K.
Nice.
The Others, 4K. Night of the Virgin, which is a Spanish movie about a guy who's promised, to get laid, but he doesn't. It turns into Living Dead. Girl from Rio. Primetime Panic Volume 2. Evil Dead Trap 2.
That's cool.
Beware of the War Gods, which I'm really looking forward to because I've never seen this one before. Chucky Season 2.
Nice.
The Shadow Effect, which is a cheap DVD I found. Notorious Nick, another cheap DVD. From Beijing with Love. Gags the Clown. Pandora's Box.
That's cool.
Messiah of Evil, which is that special collector's edition one.
The ratings one.
Famine, which is an unearthed pictures release. River Runs Red. Let me move these. Have you got any more to show?
Oh, I do. I got a few more, couple more.
All right, show a couple more, and then I'll show. After you show some more yours, I'll show some more.
Is that somebody mentioned the Todd Browning collection? It's here. It's $100. Look, Criterion.
It's £44.99 over here.
See, $100. Yeah.
It comes out on Tuesday here, so I'm thinking about getting it, but I'm hoping I can get it during Black Friday with the 25% off.
That's what I'm waiting for, Black Friday, for some stuff. So I got at the thrifting place. So I got Bronco Bullfrog. So this is kind of a coming of age film. What's really kind of neat is this is a friggin' BFI flip side. The fact that BFI flip side, they don't do those anymore. BFI flip side doesn't even show up in our local record shop.
Well, they do flip side because I've got a flip side title, but it's very, very rare now.
That's not, they don't make new ones. They
because this is a flip side, and this only just came out. The Sharp of Shocks, Volume 3.
Oh, nice.
See up there it says flip side, but it's a different kind of flip side to the ones you've got now. So it's kind of probably, like how do I put it? Like a different version. Like those ones were special because they were more, like movie, and as this is shorts.
So this one here, feature-wise on it, because that's some nice stuff. So we got everybody's an actor, Shakespeare said. So basically, this movie here was done with non-actors. So it had like a bunch of like young people in the movie, and it's highly improvisational. So there's a 30-minute documentary talking about like them getting the actors. There's a 21-minute like interview with the theater director talking about his career.
Yeah.
And there's a 35-minute one where basically a cautionary tale of 7 young delinquents played by non-professional actors. And as always with BFI, we get the really big, thick booklet.
Nice. And the DVDs look brilliant. So it's not like you're being too downgraded on the DVD. If there's just a DVD version.
Oh, this is the Blu-ray version.
No, but I'm saying if people like the minor one was DVD, wasn't it? So
because there's no like Blu-ray for the minor one, because it is it is after all like those films. So it's not exactly something you're going to upgrade.
Yeah.
To a Blu-ray. Next up is Voiceover. This is the one I'm really excited about.
That's a good one. I really recommend that one.
And it's cool. There's a second movie. I love when they do this. They put a second movie on it. They put his first movie called Repeater, done in 1979. A 76-minute film. It says deconstructed crime thriller inspired by the French New Wave, in which a woman's confession of murder is not as simple as it may seem. It is, again, the Blu-ray DVD. This one has the summer 2011 catalog.
Yeah.
And the booklet with, I do not know who she is, but she is sexy.
She's sexy as all.
Because unlike you, I haven't seen this one.
Nope, I haven't watched the extra one on there because I didn't realize it was on there, so I had to get it out again.
Yeah, no, I'm intrigued. So yeah, I found both of these for $5 at
Bargain.
Bay Village. Couldn't believe it. You go next. I just got one more to show.
All right. Well, I've got a lot more to show, but it's quick, easy anyway. So I've got the DVD of Miss Fisher's Modern Murder Mysteries. This was today. These ones are from CEX, right? So I got this. I picked up Unforgotten series 1 to 3 and 4. So I've got all 4 series.
Oh, nice.
Right there. I got the complete collection of Bergerac, all 9 series. Right, that was £20. That was a bargain.
That was a big
I
bargain.
got Death in Paradise series 8. I got I'm trying to find them all together. I got Hinterland series 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, cool. Finally, a show I've seen.
I've got Father Brown series 1 to 4, and then series 5 and 6.
Did you get the spin-off show?
What's that?
Did you get the spin-off show with Nun?
No, not yet, because that's not here, sadly. I got. Hold on, I'm trying to get them together. Hold on, just to make it, quicker. Then I got Vera. I got all these Veras. Right, so I got Vera series 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9.
Like crap. Like I saw Vera like the first maybe 3 to 4 seasons.
Yeah.
But I've never seen that after that.
My mum used to watch it on TV, so I was like, why not? I picked up Shetland series 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I saw a show
today
that I was tempted to get, actually, Malcolm. It's Mission Impossible, the 1988-1989 season.
Oh, you sent me a picture, didn't you? I'm surprised you didn't get it. Actually, I'm surprised you don't have it.
See, I've got the complete Mission Impossible original series, so I'm really, really thinking I should get it because
you should. It's not in the book. So you haven't got the box set then, but had the complete setting then.
the only box set that ever had the 88-89 one was a UK set. With almost had like a dynamite type thing on it, but the set that came out afterwards had the original series, and the 88 and 89 is not included.
I'm sure my one, because I had one in America, the dynamite one, and that had it in it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. So that picks up Renegades, which is an action movie. The Curse of Hobbs House. The Indian Doctor, Death in Paradise 5, 6, and 7.
So you're switching
McDonald and Dodds, Series 1. Say that again.
You're switching over from detectives on that one then, because it's 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah, exactly. And have you got enough one? Because I can show my last stack after.
This is what I'm excited about. I'm unboxing it here. You know what this is. So I got the 4K, my first indicator 4K, and it is Cold Eyes of Fear. It is Enzo Castellari. I have not seen this movie in freaking years. So I was like,
big upgrade.
This is like the Giallo one, right? This is what Giallo centric.
It's Giallo-esque. Yeah, it's Giallo-esque. I know a lot of people find it disappointing as a Giallo in some ways, and some people love it. So it's about taste, I think.
I think they go in like with expecting it to be super like an actual like Giallo. It's more of a thriller.
Yeah. With Giallo elements.
Mine is 4,046 of 6,000. Here's the thing, guys. I was talking with Malcolm about this. So if you buy the 4K edition of an indicator, one's indicator limited edition releases, it's less limited. So 4K editions are 6,000, right? There's 6,000 in the 4K editions.
Yeah.
You buy a Blu-ray edition, there's only 4,000. So the Blu-ray is actually more limited than the 4K is. So for those that buy their stuff, and I don't know, maybe the limited thing makes a big deal. And
I'll tell you why. Because if you're still buying Blu-ray instead of 4K, you're a bum.
I don't know.
That's a joke, by the way. That's a joke, by the way.
They're in Blu-ray, and I'm buying them now.
Hey, if it's a 4K restoration, in reality, it don't really matter. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it depends on your taste. I think if you were to buy a Blu-ray that was like a 2K restoration instead of a 4K one, then there's a difference. A bit.
She is gorgeous.
She is, isn't she?
Oh, there's a picture behind her.
Oh, we know what you're going to be doing late tonight.
So it's 4K. Does not have a Blu-ray. Oh, can I show this? I can show this. So the book.
Move your. It's your hand. Where's your hand in the way? We can't see the cover.
Wow, this is you. I'm getting the other ones. This is just too good. These are like
Lovely, aren't they?
Oh my God, you got these right?
Yeah, I've got all of them.
Jeez.
Except for the last few.
This is impressive. Oh, Jenny Gargo.
My only complaint is I preferred the disc actually in proper cases, but I get why they slimlined it.
Okay. I'm kind of digging the slimlines now, but I used to think that too. Man, I didn't know the books were going to be that impressive.
Yeah, they're really good.
Because I got some. I guess it's been a while since I've had an indicator. I got a bunch in Paris.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw some other ones, guys, and I think I might be going back.
Are you going to get the Todd Slaughter one in November? Because that's coming out in November.
If it shows up here, because here's the thing. That one's going to be a bit pricier because the Michael J. Murphy one was here. Murray one, and it was like $155, which is a lot. But you're paying import price, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a good price. Yeah, depending on the source, 4K might look worse.
I can tell you what does look worse on Blu-ray: Dark Water and Pulse. You know, the Japanese ones, they look horrendous on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I got Pulse. I don't have the Japanese ones, sadly. I got the other ones, but on DVD. The not so good ones. You know, the 3-pack.
We don't talk about them.
Yeah, we don't talk about that. But yeah, no, this was my last pickup for today. And of course, I picked up the other day, the ones that you were so excited about because they're your favorite movies of all time. Because I got to show them one more time. Because, oh my God, Aaron doesn't get to pick up stuff very much now. So
it's a beautiful set.
It is a gorgeous set. And it's probably the last Best Buy exclusive set. But
until December, because they're stopping in January 2024, so there might be one more.
Sure, it would be nice if they get like another horror one out.
It's funny you say that, Andrew, about CGI. I was watching the Mummy movies, you know, Brendan Fraser ones on 4K, and the special effects look horrendous with the 4K.
The Brendan Fraser Mummy films and the not CGI, but the Bourne Identity movies. Stay the hell away from those 4Ks. They suck so bad. One of the first things that I learned about when I started buying 4K was not to buy the Mummy movies, not to buy the Bourne Identity series, because they're all of them are horrendous transfers. Kind of like when Fifth Element came out on Blu-ray, and it was like so bad. It was so bad.
Well, you know what? Go on, Aaron.
I have to show your favorite movie because I know it's your.
He's got to show it. He's got to show the horrendous one. I love it's so bad. Even Jamie Lee Curtis looks depressed on the cover.
It is a gorgeous one, though. I need to have all the Halloweens in like their own special edition. I mean, one thing I realized after doing the timeline and doing the Friday 13th is I was doing a live last night, and somebody said, "Well, I'm watching that Ichy Films. I'm getting about halfway in. I'm getting tired. Like there's going to be a bit of a slog." And I'm like, "Yeah, it makes sense because they're very formulaic. So it's very much type of thing where you're like,
who the hell said that? Are they in the chat today?"
It's true, man. I got the Zadichi set. Like they get after a while, you get them and you're watching them, and they're like, you get like to the 11th or 12th one in, and it gets to become so formula that you're not as excited as you were when you started watching them. You get to watch the first 2 or 3. So when it comes to something like this, and I mentioned it last night and said, you really got to space yourself because you start to lose what makes it special. And when I was doing these here, like I normally even the worst, like in the Halloween or Friday series, for instance, I'm a massive fan of like Resurrection. People hate Resurrection.
Yeah.
Like people and objectively not a great film, but I normally like really enjoy it because I enjoy Busta Rhymes. I think he's really kind of his character is insanely funny, and there's just some things that are just over the top. Like all of a sudden, there's a gothic mansion for the Myers house, and we've seen this back, back in part like 5, I think, but it
Yeah.
was never really kind of like anything too serious. But I know I enjoy it, and I enjoy the catch of it
Yeah.
because I was going through all of them.
Yeah.
I lost a
It
bit
got
of my
tedious.
yeah, it gets
Yeah.
to, you get to this tedious thing, and like it's good when you're watching something like this, kind of to space it out, and I
Well,
find you enjoy it more that way.
well, I think more than anything else, I think martial arts movies are very formulaic. If you watch any if you watch kung fu movies that aren't like Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, all those, but more outside the normal what people watch, they get very formulaic. There's an evil villain. Maybe they've got white hair. Maybe they've got a laugh, and they all kind of mix into each other. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So it does. I can get Zatoichi Ichy though isn't like the difference between Zatoichi Ichy and so like One Wolf and Cub is with Lone Wolf and Cub you constantly feel like he's on one mission. Do you get what I mean? So you can easily follow that and watch him kill the shogunate sons and all this. But with Zatoichi, it's like, oh, he goes into a town, there's a problem. They're like episodes more than a movie.
And will later become a TV series. So.
Yeah, which they would then use the exact same stories for. So, Jason X is the best Friday the 13th of all time. I honestly believe that. Okay, I want to show these off quickly as well because these ones are for Gino because Gino's my homie and he recommended these ones. So I'll quickly show these before I show you others. So, Wheeler and Woosley, Volume 1 and 2.
Okay.
So I was talking to Gino, and Gino and me, we were talking video on Facebook. And I'd never heard of Wheeler and Woosley properly. So he got his collection out, was telling me about all this. I was really excited for him because he showed me the DVDs. I went, you know what, I'm going to pick them up. So I did. I picked up the first, 9, 6, so there's 15 movies there. With that, I picked up the Lee Tracy film collection.
Nice.
The RKO4 film collection, which is nice considering there's a Lee Tracy movie coming out for Vindicator. Luckily, not in this set. So then I picked up The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price, which I needed because for some reason it hasn't been released over on Blu-ray, which makes no sense. The Oblong Box with Vincent Price and Christopher Lee. Then I've got Dennis Hopper and Jodie Foster in Backtrack. You might go, why did you buy this? I didn't buy it for Dennis Hopper. I didn't buy it for Jodie Foster. I bought it because Vincent Price is in it on the back.
He is.
So I bought it for that. Then I got the Visual Vengeance Collector's Edition of Replicator, which is a shot and video film. Then I got Talking Walls, which is a film I would think you'd know.
Oh, I do know.
Yeah, I thought you would because it's as soon as I saw this, I went, "This is an Aaron movie."
Yeah, I remember when it came on VHS. So actually.
No, so I even said to Donna, "That's an Aaron movie." That I know immediately when I show him, he's going to know it. Visible Secret and The Incredible Dr. Hitchcock from Radiance.
Excellent stuff.
We've got 3 DVDs here. We've got Slasher.com. We've got Roxy, is it? Yeah, Roxy. I did show off that other one, didn't I? Yeah, I did. And last two is, first of all, the Hellraiser 4K collection.
Nice.
Which actually came in a box within a box. So, Arrow are actually taking care of their stuff now. And I saw this, and I wanted it. It was from France, and I had to have it. And that is Black Ninja and Cameroon Connection. Now, the interesting part of this is that bit there at the top there is bigger than the rest of the slipcover. So it sticks out a bit, you see?
Yeah.
So that's a bit weird. But yeah, I was like, I want this. I'm going to have it. I even looked it up to see if Severan's advertising, for the Clones of Bruce Lee collection. I actually looked to see if this was in it. It wasn't. So I was like, okay. But yeah, it was nice to have a Godfrey Ho ninja film on Blu-ray. It's Black Ninja. So yeah. So that's all the stuff I got today. And, today, yesterday, I got them in the mail. So yeah. Thanks, Keggy. That means a lot. Fantastic pickup. It's brilliant. Glad to see the William Woosley says, well, Sarah Quilly, I love William Woosley. Glad I could recommend them to a friend. Diplomatic is easily my favourite of theirs. I have the Criterion Bruce Lee set. That's a good collection, the Bruce Lee set. I need to get the Criterion Once Upon a Time in China collection. Because that's got 4 and 5 in, but the ones over here haven't. So, and it's also got American Once Upon a Time in China and America.
You know what else I got? It's not a movie, but I got this from my better half.
Ooh, let's see.
Oh, let's take the price off. Let's do that first. Let's not be cheesy about it. Let's not be chintzy.
She's not going to see it, is she?
No, she knows I got this for her.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm still, I always think it's like kind of. I always try to take the price out thing before I put them on, even if people know the price and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's tacky.
Yeah, well, Donna does that. She takes the prices off. Me, I leave them on there. I just can't be asked. I'm just going to watch the thing and put it away.
Oh, I take everything.
What's the poster? The poster directly by me is a canvas of a Detective Comics issue with Harley Quinn where she's torturing Batman.
But
ooh, see?
So it's a
big whiskey. Wow, how big is that? Bloody hell, that box looks bigger than it did in the picture.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
And she's a big whiskey drinker.
Oh, hidden, but she very, very like picky on her whiskey. So black label and up. Anything on her she won't drink because it's just for to her. She's very.
So what's the difference? What's the difference between black label and non-black label? Then is it just the quality?
Quality, big time quality. Like you can tell, it's like the difference between like, hey, I'm going to drink some whiskey and I'm going to drink some gasoline. You can you really can know. So what it has in it, by the way, guys. So there's 2 whiskey glasses, 10-ounce lid-free crystal glasses. There's 8 granite stones. So basically, the whiskey stones in the refrigerator.
Yeah,
cool your whiskey down. There's 2. Well, this is what sold me. There's 2 stone slate coasters. And that they have like Mark Twain quotes on it. Velvet bag, whiskey cocktail cards. So popular whiskey cocktail recipes. So yeah, it was pretty cool. And so it's neat because you get the stones rather than use ice. You put the stones in the bag and you put it in the freezer. Don't drink the stones or eat the stones, guys. Like,
what happens if you do actually accidentally drink them?
It is not good. You will 1, they're stone. 2, it's you can have them in your whiskey, but it's not something you should be having.
I guess the whole black label thing and cheap whiskey is a bit like supermarket cola and Coca-Cola.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, like, because it depends. Like, you can get some good supermarket cola, but I don't think you get much good when it comes to cheap whiskey. That's like with a lot of cheap with drinks like that. Sometimes you get what you pay for, right? I'm not a big drinker, so I'm not the connoisseur that she is. So she knows, like, by the taste and stuff like that. Like she really does know. I don't. Like, I'm an idiot. Like, when it comes to that stuff. Like, ask me about movies or what? Ask me about like.
She's got great taste buds. Then
she does. She is really much more refined than I am. I'm the thug, man. She's the princess. There we go.
I like that.
That's what I always tell her.
RC Cola.
I was like, how the hell did I end up with like a? I remember RC Cola, man. I miss RC Cola. I really do. But yeah, this is my one of the day, I think.
So you're gonna get more of them, huh? What ones do you think you're gonna get?
I want them all. Here's the thing, Malcolm. Here's my problem. I want to collect the Doctor Who stuff too. And they got the William Hartnell set, and they got season 1 of Colin Baker, series 1 of Colin Baker. and I really want those. So it's series 2 or season 2, whatever you want to call it, of of William Hartnell. It's got some great stuff in it. Like, I'm pretty sure the Romans in that, and Chase,
Yeah.
Rescue, like the whole bunch are in there. I think it's got Dalek one too, the big Dalek, vision.
Yeah.
And so that's a big set. It's not just that. And
How much are they? How much are they over there?
89 for those two.
Okay.
The other ones are cheaper, like 50 something dollars. Well, these two more recent ones are 89. But I'm in between that. I can pick up those two. It's going to cost me, a bit. And with the or I could pick up three indicators, and we're looking at a Jean Rollin. I won't say which one in case I show it off here, and a
You might not be able to show it off because of the title.
yeah, I'll just have to be careful. Put my thing up there. The R of the what?
Just ape. Just quite ape.
The ape, right? The grape. Put a G to the grape. And there's two. No, there's three more. So because there was another Jean Rollin title, a later one with Richard Leahy, and it was on Blu-ray. And there was a one with by Renato, which one I would say Black Magic Rights. And Black Magic Rights, for some reason, features on that one heavily going to the music. So I'm guessing this one is got a great score, because I don't remember Black Magic Rights. I'm pretty sure I saw under the name Reincarnation of Isabel.
You did
back in the day, because there were what's that company again? With the vampire girl.
Screenbound. Oh, Redemption.
Redemption, thank you. So Redemption put it out. I saw I had it on VHS. Redemption. Well, I'm not sure I did like that, but VHS. And it's I liked it. I liked it back in the day. If it's the one I remember, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't seen it in a long time. It's the one where they have the party, and there's a cult.
Yes.
So I did like that one. And I
actually sold it today. The normal Blu-ray from Screenbound, because obviously the 4K, so I got rid of my Blu-ray.
That's the thing, right? Yeah. See, and I wasn't going to get it because it's not the 4K, it's the Blu-ray, but it's the Blu-ray indicator edition with the book. So I'm okay with getting Blu-rays if it's the indicator 4K restoration. I'll pick the 4K if it's there. It's not a choice. But rather than not have it, I'd get the other edition.
What's the difference in price between the Blu-ray and the 4K?
$14.
So it is a difference.
Yeah, it's $50 for the Blu-ray set, and it's $65 for the 4K. So it's a significant difference.
And you get tax, right?
Yeah, so you're looking at $75 when you prefer the 4K.
It's quite expensive.
And but the thing is, for me, this is my time to get stuff.
Yeah.
And I want it to be stuff that I'm going to watch over again, stuff that I can really kind of appreciate. And with these here, there, aside from the film, there's the special features, there's this massive book, and weirdly, everything I bought, the Halloween and the Cold Eyes of Fear, are all limited editions, and they all have like numbers and that kind of Did you see, by the way, the my Mill Creek video?
I did. It was massive. It was 50 odd minutes long.
Oh my god! I didn't expect to be that long.
I was infuriated. I was angry. I was like, why didn't he let me be there? So I could diss half the titles.
I was so hoping you'd come.
I'm so jealous of that.
What drives me, what I think is amazing, is they did this on purpose.
Yeah, they have to, don't they?
Yeah,
they had to do it. My favourite Dawson scene is the bit where he falls into the cake. And he goes, where's the what do you call it, bit at the party?
I can ask you a question now. I saw some. I'm not sure if the complete series is, but I kind of wonder if they're worth picking up because they were fairly cheap. So they had a massive Vampire Diaries box set, and it was seasons 1 to 8 for $30.
That is the complete series. I think that's a complete series.
Is it complete? So it's $30
Yeah.
for all 8
That's
seasons.
not bad.
And
You should definitely get that.
Yellowstone seasons 1 to 4 for like.
Well, that's just added its 5th series.
And let's just see what else was there. Let me find out. I was actually going to ask you. I'll ask you
My favorite girl on Dawson's Creek was obviously Michelle Williams because she was stunning back then, and Meredith Monroe was a bit of all right as well. I get my Blu-rays from CEX, eBay, Amazon, and HMV. And to answer Gino's question, yeah, I'm going to pick them up on oldies when they go in the sale.
Also, they have a Demons 2 LP there.
Oh, are you going to get that?
I'm tempted, man.
Ooh, LP.
So yeah, so they had Lucifer the complete series for $30. I got Ghost Whisperer
DVD, right?
DVD. Yeah, I usually get most of my TV stuff on DVD. Now they had some like random anime stuff there as well, like War on Geminar.
Nice.
There. And like the Dungeon of Black Company and some other stuff. And he had the complete like Columbo, not the Blu-ray set, but all the seasons when it came out, thin line seasons put together for $17. So
are you going to pick up the Blu-ray because it comes out soon, doesn't it?
It's out now, I think. If it's not out, then it's pretty much. I think it's out outside on the shelf. It's pretty pricey. It's going to matter because here's the thing: they took away all those features. Like I really wanted to get it.
Yeah, true.
And that's the thing. Like
it doesn't seem as worth it, does it? Really?
Like especially considering I can buy like the whole series without the flipper discs for $17.
Robert Stack is the presenter.
For which one?
Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yeah, well the original Unsolved Mysteries anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, the creepy voice.
I will say this: the original Unsolved Mysteries, I would love the DVDs, but to be honest with you, they weren't. Or I don't think they were all released on DVD, so it seems a bit pointless.
No, there's some like they started releasing sets. So because I used to have a couple of them. The Unsolved Mystery Presents. There was a ghost one. There was like kind of a murder mystery one. There was like an alien one. So there's 3 sets that were put out, and then they did like I think maybe the first 2 or 3 seasons or something like that. Like wasn't a lot that was put out. They stopped it. Like there's more seasons, DVD seasons of Survivor than there is Unsolved Mysteries.
And the Amazing Race. Don't forget the Amazing Race.
Does that have DVD like sets too? I know Survivor.
Yeah, it does. Amazing Race has like 15 seasons released. Which you'd think Unsolved Mysteries would be more important, wouldn't you? Really, but.
Well, you got the Dennis Frano one. Dennis Frano came in for rest in peace. He took over for a bit. And I think when they put it on like Netflix, then they just didn't have like an on-screen narrator, which kind of sucks. So then that takes
it can't be the complete box set, Andrew, because I think it was like 12, 13 series, weren't there?
There's a lot. There was now here's the thing, some of them are shorter than others. Like I think some of them were extremely short, and some of them are very long. Now there could be a box set. Now it could be from another country. It could be sketchy, where it's like, oh, this is an official box set.
You mean those Chinese ones?
Yeah, and you got them. You're like, oh, wait a second. It's like that. The CSI box set. Remember?
Oh yeah. Talking about box sets, I'd really want, which is like $400 because they're print now, is that Samurai Spy one. You know, remember the one that was shown in Australia, dubs, the old Ninja Samurai show?
Yeah.
I would love to own that, but it's way out of print. It really annoys me.
I looked for some of the martial arts stuff here. It wasn't a lot. There's like a Sonny Chiba one. There's like a Jackie Chan. It was Volume 1, and I want Volume 2. And there was a In the Line of Duty, right?
Oh yeah, that's the one your dad got, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah. So that was there. That's a nice big box set, and they had the Christopher Lee sets. Not martial arts, but they had those there. I got the first one. Attempt to get the second one, but it's a bit pricey, and it's just not something that friggin' like set that I bought. Like that Halloween set's big enough for crying out loud.
Yeah. To answer Keggy's question, Malcolm, do you sell any of your collection you don't want no more on eBay? I'll be honest with you. When I upgrade, most of the time I donate my stuff. Unless it's worth big money, then I don't. I normally trade in CX, or I give it to somebody to sell for me, and give them a piece of the percentage of it. So yeah, but I won't get rid of DVDs or that unless I've got a better version. So for instance, if you see my collection, you'll see I've got like 10,000 movies, discs, whatever. And yeah, I don't really get rid of them unless I do that. If they're really cheap, like 20p trading, I'll donate them, because charity shops don't charge enough for the movies, in my view, when it comes to, the ones that are rare. Here my way to you. Where are you, Keggy? Are you in England? Because if you are, maybe I'll send you some when I don't need them anymore.
Did Werewolf TV show get a good box set? I know there was one coming out. I was a massive fan of that show. So Werewolf was one of those shows that started when Fox Channel just started.
It was actually called Werewolf.
Yeah, it's called Werewolf, and it had Chuck Connors on it. And I think it's Raphael's. John J. York was the star of it. And in the first episode, he comes home. Like the pilot is basically it's a movie length pilot. His friends Raphael Sabarge would go on to be on Once Upon a Time, and so his friends, there's something wrong with his friend. To find out his friend is a werewolf, he kills his friend self-defense, and the whole thing is it's basically Incredible Hulk, where basically he is going from town to town because now he's a hunted man, but he's hunting because he can cure and lift the curse if he can kill the guy that's the main werewolf, and that's Chuck Connors. Chuck Connors is the lead werewolf, and the werewolf makeup, suits are amazing.
Nice.
So you get these really good like werewolf suits. It was only like a half hour long episodes, right?
Yeah.
But it was really, really fun. But it was around the time like they were like re-showing it over and over again because there was very little programming they had on the channel at the time. So you get Werewolf, 21 Jump Street, Married with Children, Adventures of Beans Baxter. That was pretty much it. Maybe a couple other shows, and they rerun them like crazy because that back then they didn't have anything on the channel. That's before they actually became sort of a channel. Really,
Keg is in Manchester. Manchester's not in England, sadly. I ignore Manchester because the people up there annoy me. So I'm sorry about that, Keggy. If you got Facebook, Keggy, add me on Facebook, and maybe I'll send you some free movies when I've upgraded some. As for Angela Lansbury, do you know what her first movie role was?
For the was that her first role? For early role, are we going to talk Gaslight? Or are we going early?
Yes, Gaslight. Gaslight was her first official role in a big sense role, and she was incredible in that.
Oh, she was so good, Charles Baillet. But she's like such a different character than she normally plays. So if anybody has ever watched Murder, She Wrote, and you see when Angela Lansbury plays her more kind of like out there cousin, that's kind of the role from Gaslight. That she plays in Gaslight.
Here's a question for you, Aaron. What one do you prefer? Do you prefer the Ingrid Bergman Gaslight, or do you prefer the original English Gaslight?
The one with Angela Lansbury, and it's because of Lansbury. And also for another reason, it was one of my grandma's favorite movies.
That makes sense.
Favorite movies. So it was such a big film, and I know my dad, and I'm sure my dad's hearing that, but it was one that he couldn't watch like for a time because after my grandmother passed away, and I still miss her to this day. She was an amazing woman, and one of those like full of life like characters. She taught me that you only live once, and enjoy it. So she was not the like, okay, you better save your money and all this type of stuff. She was like, no, if you see something and it's cool, pick it up.
She reminds me of that scene in Life's Too Short. Do you remember the Ricky Gervais comedy? You've seen it, right? Life's Too Short?
Yeah, but I remember.
Okay. Right. The bit when they asked what they would do if they had to, end it all, and they go, well, I'd withdraw my money from the checkpoint, buy a whole load of, substances, and then I would, sleep with a whole load of, ladies of the night, and then blow my brains out. I just love that. I always think that it's one of the most funniest, and the way they go, yeah, I do that and all. I just love that.
First film I noticed was picture of Dorian Gray.
Ooh.
I mean, Manchurian Candidate, she was ice cold in Manchurian Candidate. That was an ice cold role for Angela Lansbury.
She wasn't too bad in that Miss Marple film.
Oh, you mean the Mirror Cracked?
Yeah, the Mirror Cracked. She wasn't too bad at it. She got a lot of flack for that.
Why
it wasn't so bad.
Like, literally, like, I'm sorry, but like, she did a TV series afterwards, which pretty much is Miss Marple.
Yeah, basically.
Oh, yeah, I've got the Dorian Gray movie, actually.
I'd be surprised if you did, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm a massive fan of Lance. Like, I've got the complete, like, Murder, She Wrote, and the movies. The TV movies came afterwards, too.
I'm going to tell everybody a secret Aaron told me. He said before he got with his incredible wife, he actually had bought a real, SEX doll of Angela Lansbury, but quoted things from Murder, She Wrote while it was going on.
Like, what were the quotes? Like, what were the quotes for that, though? Like, when you think about it.
Oh.
Because I don't think there's any, like, Murder, She Wrote quotes, really, when you think about it. Because
I guess
it's not like Columbo, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, she hasn't really got many quotes, has she? Other than "oh" and all that. There's kind of elderly things.
It's kind of like and she was like, I'm not gonna. She was attractive at Murder, She Wrote. I'd find her attractive. And it's that she's got this like knowingness to her, like,
yeah.
And there's always that like thing where, like, man, a lot of people die around you. Are you sure you're not a serial killer?
I always wanted it at the end to be that she just set everybody up.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Wouldn't it have been awesome? Like, or God, I remember when the first season of Murder, She Wrote came on, I wasn't going to watch it. And here's the thing, because I was a teenager, right? And my grandparents watched Murder, She Wrote. And you don't want to watch because your grandparents watch it, because that's not cool. You're a teenager, right? And I'm like, I can't watch that. And they're watching. I'm like, this is good. Damn it. And it had a season, I think it was early on, or an episode where it's kind of a cliffhanger, because there was like a period of time when like every show had a cliffhanger because of Dallas, like Dallas probably was so cliffhanger thing. So then every show, like comedy shows, every show's having the cliffhanger for like.
That's where the joke is, isn't it? That's where the joke of Who Shot Mr. Burns comes from.
Yeah, that's the whole idea behind that. But I love those days. So I was a massive fan. I'm a massive Dallas freak too. So there you
go. You know what I miss? I'll be honest with you. When it comes to TV, same with soaps. Alan, he's here. Hey, I miss the days where you didn't know what was coming. Like you didn't have these magazines that said, "Oh, this person's leaving the show," or these people are coming in soon. So you actually were shocked. Like, imagine if Dallas was now, nobody would have cared, because they'd be like, oh, we knew like 2 weeks ahead, but that was happening.
Now, the thing that like really like brought, like, for those that aren't aware, Dallas was a North American like nighttime soap opera that didn't start out as a soap opera, started out as a drama series, and in its second season became a soap opera, became like a continuing story.
Yeah.
So they did in the third season, I think it was Who Shot JR. So here's the thing, though. So when this happened, so Larry Hagman plays J.R. Ewing. He's the bad guy, the ultimate bad guy.
Oh, sure.
He gets shot, and we see him fall down, and he gets shot several times. Now, at the time, Larry Hagman, what was known, and through like newspapers, not through magazines and stuff, was that Larry Hagman was having issues, contract issues.
Yeah.
And at that exact time, a writer's strike happened. So what should have taken maybe 3 or 4 months,
yeah,
was back on, took 18 months.
Perfect timing, really, when you think about it.
It was. So literally, there were bookies that were putting out like bets on you could bet on who shot JR.
Yeah,
it was a book that came out where I think there was like a $10,000 or $100,000 like prize type thing. And when they shot the thing, they had like 3 or 4. I think they had 4 different people going in holding the gun, and doing the shooting thing, so that even the actors on the show didn't know which one of them it was going to be.
Yeah.
So when they went out for the season one, here's the thing: you one, you don't know if JR's coming back. You don't know if he's going to be recast by somebody else, which would have been massively a mistake. Though they did have some people in mind at the time. You don't know if you're going to be the person that's the shooter, because 9 chances out of 10, if you're the person that's going to be the shooter, you're probably not going to be on the show for very much longer, uh, because you're the criminal. And by the end of the next season, the mystery was who's dead in the pool. And who's dead in the pool? The person that shot JR. If you want to know who that is,
Ooh.
look it up.
Now, let me tell you this. Our version over here was Who Shot Phil Mitchell.
Exactly. And that went on for quite a bit, although she stayed in the show. Didn't she? The girl played.
Yeah. Yeah, for a while. But then it was obvious the whole thing with Phil Mitchell is that he's never killed anyone.
That we know.
Which is weird.
That we know.
No, but that's what, well, when we know about it, like someone could come back and go, oh, he killed this guy when, but the whole thing to Phil is that he hasn't really killed anyone, which is shocking to me. Talk about that. So Larry Hagman, right? His best role was in Nip Tuck season 4, right? When he was playing a really elderly version of JR, forcing Julian McMahon to bang that hot woman. What's the name? Lathan, is it? Sana Lathan? You know what I'm talking about, didn't you?
I know what you're talking about. I've got like the complete I'm missing one season Nip Tuck actually.
That was his best role. Who did shoot Phil? It was Lisa. Lisa Fowler. She was married to Mark at the time, wasn't
she? Yeah. Speaking of things being like kind of spoiled nowadays, there's hey there, Richard.
Hey, Richard.
A massive spoiler on EastEnders recently.
Oh yeah. See, this is what I mean. Before the internet was big and all this, you would have been gobsmacked. Like, think about it. When Dirty Den returns, nobody knew.
Oh yeah.
It was hard. And now it's like, so you don't ever get shocked by any of them.
The absolute best EastEnders crossover thing was Doctor Who. When the Cybermen were coming in and they're like ghosts, and they had like this EastEnders scene with Peggy. Was it with Peggy? And she's like, I don't care if you came back as a ghost, Dad. You're not allowed here in the Queen Vic. It was so good. Yes, I do remember the I Dream of Jeannie 15 years later. I didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it. It was a piece of crap.
Yeah, if that's what I'm thinking about, I don't think Larry Hagman came back. I think they had the other guy, the one that played the sidekick.
Yeah, I don't remember him being in it. I said that Hagman's best role, KG, was him playing a really old version of JR in Nip Tuck season 4.
He was like, it is so weird. Like he did all these comedic roles, then he goes and plays JR, and it had to be one of those things. It had to be one of those Wingshauser things. So Wingshauser story, guys. Wingshauser at the time.
Sweet Willie. Hello, Sweet Willie.
Welcome, William. Was like a big soap opera star for young wrestlers. He was a heart.
Yeah.
Was a good guy. Nobody could see Wingshauser ever playing a bad guy. So they were making a movie called Vice Squad, and the director really wanted to cast Wingshauser. He said he'll be perfect for Ramrod. He'll be perfect for the role. And they're like, no. He said, no, Wingshauser can't do this role. Like, Wingshauser is a heartthrob. Wingshauser is like the darling. He's a young, the restless darling. He's, I think his brother was played by David Hasselhoff or Richard. Someone, anyway, so he went to an audition with the producers and that there, and he came in super crazy, like Wingshauser, but acting crazy, like kind of playing Ramrod, and he scared the living crap out of them, and they were like, okay, you can hire him.
Always the nice guys are always the most scariest. Look at the guys playing Nish and EastEnders. Really nice guy in real life, but look how twisted and evil he is in the show.
Exactly. And hi.
We all know you're Tobin Bell's brother. So
that's it. Yeah.
In the Saw franchise, you're the Canadian Saw franchise. What was that called? That really cheap made Saw version. Was it called Never Stay? No, what's it called? Are You Scared Now? It was like a cheap Canadian version of Saw. Have you
I
seen
remember
it?
that one. I think, I used to have that one on DVD. Actually, I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, it was awful, absolutely awful movie.
I did. I'm kind of like looking at my hair right now. I'm
Why does your
fading
hair
into,
always stick up here? Why does it always stick up?
like
You
in all
know, even when you
seriousness.
have a haircut, it's like,
I'm Tintin. Like, you ever want, like, I'm literally Tintin. My hair sticks up like this. I used to be a journalist. it all I travel around the world. I'm literally
you
freaking Tintin.
you do have the same shaped head as Tintin.
Yep.
I would have thought if you had a twin, you would have been more of those two brothers. You know, the ones in
Alfonso
the
and Thompson.
suits. Yeah,
Or as they're called, where are they called over? Dupont, I think in France, where it was originally done.
yeah. Because I would have been Haddock. I'd have been Captain Haddock with the way my beard grows and the way I talk.
Well, see, if Haddock and Tintin had a baby, that's me.
Yeah, it is. It's you.
But
And in today's world, they could have.
damn straight. I'll be down with that. What is? I want to ask you something. I want to ask you guys something here. Because this is our first time doing video live since I came here.
Yeah,
There's a couple that I want to get done.
crazy.
While I'm here, I'm glad I'm finally able to do out and about. That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's really cool to see, actually. I think what people need to understand is it's very emotional for you. You know, it's very hard when you haven't been able to do that in a long time. It's so hard not to just splurge on stuff. And I think you've been doing really well with what you picked up so far.
Thank you. I mean, like, it was like I told you, like, I said I was going to send you and Dad pictures the second I got in the store, and you got them right away.
And you did.
But I was like, it was overwhelming as a collector, like, to go for so long and then to come and like see so much that you want.
Yeah.
And do I want to pick up this, or do I can pick up this set, but then this set is like $200, and then I don't have any money for this. But the sweet spot for me was that $100 set, because I knew that's going to look nice on the shelf, and I'm going to watch them.
And it's something you really care about.
Yeah, like it's the Halloween films. I'm a massive fan of the Halloween stuff. Who knows if Miramax is going to change that over the next couple of years? I'm not sure, but the good ones are still there. It doesn't change that we got some good stuff and some.
That's what we all say. That's what we all say when we cut our ends. But yeah.
No, Ends is good. Ends is my favorite. One of my favorites.
Ends is bad. Ends is bad.
I'm going to convince you. One of these days, I'll convince you.
One day I'll convince you.
Because one of these days, I'll get you over. Like, you'll be over in Morocco, be watching it. I'll be super annoying about it. And I'll be like, pointing out, like, why we'll be going like scenes, and I'll be like, watch this and watch this scene.
This will be me. I'll go, don't worry, and I'll get out for you. Snap. Yeah.
That's Malcolm Ends. One of my.
Oh, you heard it first, guys.
That's it. All gone off. Now I'm sometimes a Malcolm on prime suspect, right?
Yep. I got a death threat.
Oh man, it has been crazy. It's been great. I got to see my mom, my sister, my nieces. We went to Spirit Halloween.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, the Ends mask is still there somewhere. For those who don't know, Halloween Ends, whether you like the movie or not, got a great freaking mask from Trick or Treat Studios, and it's the one with the burn mark.
Yeah, that's good, isn't it? That one. It feels actually that's the most realistic mask.
It is like the part 2 was there. Part 2 is really good. And they got the neck part right, which is super cool. But I was there with my nieces. We wanted to get their suits and that. And but I was looking around for the masks and stuff. I'm like, oh, this is so good. There's so much good stuff here. And no, it's been overwhelming. I got Mary Brown's chicken tonight, which is the best freaking chicken.
Ooh, nice. It's funny, you say you went to Spirit Halloween, right?
Yeah.
That's the shop, right?
It is, yeah. Hey, before.
That film I'll put on, Spooky Night, the Halloween one I showed you. It has them literally hiding and staying in a Spirit Halloween shop all night.
Yeah.
And they're being haunted and attacked by Christopher Lloyd right? It's Spirit going in different costumes and different things in the store, chasing after them.
Yes, it's their movie, apparently, I think.
Oh, they actually funded the movie.
I don't know if they funded or they kind of like support it. I know that there is like, obviously Spirit Halloween, they couldn't do it without them. So, uh, but yeah, it's a Spirit Halloween film, which is actually kind of cool. I like. It's neat to see stuff like that. It looked very. I haven't seen it yet. It looks very Goosebumps-ish in the way
It
that.
is. It says on the cover the Goonies meets Monster Squad, but
That's
I'd
cool.
say it's more. I'd say it's more Goosebumps. So you fade the dark. I will say this. People might go, "Why did you pick that up?" I picked it up because when you watch a lot of horror during Halloween, you kind of want a kids' film that you can enjoy. That's like I picked up. I picked up Winnie the Pooh Halloween movie, right? In the Bloodline, I was like, I just want to see this. I've been watching Scooby Doo because there's a good mixture there. Do you know what I mean? And you want that because it really helps. And sometimes things like Goosebumps, they're just retro.
And they're fun. I mean, like they're fun. Like I like you mentioned, I Fade the Dark, which is Canadian like version of Goosebumps, or as I
Yeah,
like to call it, the better version
it is
of.
better. It was
Um,
darker.
it is much darker. Another great one, which is done in America, I think, is a show called Erie, Indiana,
Yes.
and they did like a sequel series. It did not end well for the original cast. Um, Delivered to the county fair this morning. Or get pizza Hut. Oh, right on. There's a Zoltar machine. That is kind of cool. Did you
Oh,
did you wish you were like young, or like instead of big, like I wish I was little.
the movie you're talking about is just called Spirit Halloween. Yeah, it's called Spirit Halloween, the movie in America. Over here, it's called. I think it's called The Spirit something. It's different. I know it's a little bit different.
Like, well,
Because I've got the disc.
because it makes
But I
sense.
hate
Like,
when they do that.
yeah, well, over in America, Spirit Halloween's a thing. But over in
Yeah,
in the UK, I don't think it is, right? Like, you don't have a spirit store.
yeah.
But
I
spirits,
uh, I really want them to. I really want them to release. What is it? Oh, you keep talking. I'll remember.
I was gonna ask you, like, when you were in the United States, did you go to Spirit? Like, was that a store that you ever went to?
Yeah, I went there once, and I was a little bit disappointed in the States because it was a smaller store, and it wasn't there very long. It kind of left. It was in the mall
Well,
near
that's the
us, and
thing.
it left. And they had a Hallmark store as well, which left. We ended up with really rubbish stores. You know what I mean?
Well, this thing with Spirit, it's a pop-up like type of franchise store. So depending on the year, it's different. Like sometimes it'll get like this massive area, and they'll get like a whole load of stuff in. You get all these
Yeah,
masks and stuff, and like other years, it's in a smaller area, so there's not as much.
yeah.
So this year,
Kind of like the Christmas stores, right?
exactly like crypto stores. This year, the one that was here was in a smaller area than it normally is. And I swear to God, 35 to 40% of that stuff was just Chucky. It's like, oh, do you want Chucky? How'd you like to be like female Chucky? Would you want to be like male Chucky? How want to be slutty Chucky? Because that's what you want to be. How about I got it? No. You can be a clown. Wait a minute. There's Chucky. You can be Chucky. Do you want to be Chucky? There's a different
What's
Chucky
the
over here.
kid's name? What's the Chucky kid's name? The kid. You know the one with Tiff and Chucky. I always forget the
Oh,
name.
Glenn and Glenda.
Glenn and Glenda. Yeah, that's right. I
Yeah,
always forget.
from the best way to remember it is because it's from the movie Glenn or Glenda.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, but no, it's just like Chucky, like not even Tiffany, not even Glenn or Glenda, which would be cool. I love Glenn. Glenn's. I know a
yeah.
lot of people hate the character. I think Chucky the series really redeemed the character, but still, I like the character anyway. I thought it was like the best part of Seed of Chucky.
Oh, what Glenn Glenda?
Oh yeah, my God, like it's so funny, and
Well,
so just so different.
I
But like,
think
made in China. I'm made in China. I think I'm Chinese. Like he thinks he's Chinese, but he's made in China because it's on this thing, which is
I
so
love the
cool.
voice. I love the voice, and I will say this about that character: the character, in a weird way, if you take all the goofy stuff out,
Yeah,
resonates more now than it did then.
100%.
Because the character is so confused, because they're told they've got to be one way. Look how Chucky is with them. Look how you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's actually quite a real thing in a silly movie, and
Well,
it's really
Glenn's funny.
impressive.
is part of the community. So
Hmm.
makes sense. But
Yeah.
but back then you couldn't talk about it the same as you can
Mm,
now. So this was
mm.
his the best he could do. You know, props to him because Chucky, the TV series
You
definitely was.
know, something really surprised me. Not to go into the subject for too long, obviously, was when I watched the Doris Richmond set, and it had I just want to die a woman. You know that documentary
Yeah,
in it. I was gobsmacked, right? How amazing some of those women were for with such limited like resources at the time. And I was even more shocked when I found a documentary from the 40s where people were. And I was like, wow, talk about something that was completely shadowed over.
oh,
And
definitely.
you know what I mean? I mean,
And it couldn't have been easy
when
for
I,
George Fishman as a filmmaker to be able to go into like the
hmm.
topic at a time when that was very taboo to do stuff like that.
But when you think about it, right, and you think about how people in those situations, which are very hard for them, had to go to extreme measures, which would possibly kill them to get rid of certain,
Yeah,
aspects, like crushing their, what, and stuff. It's phenomenal when you think about how brave and incredible and how inspiring it is, Um, so yeah, it's an incredible thing. So watching those documentaries was a real fascinating and really dark viewing. Not dark because of the people involved or their story, but because of what we see was wrong in our culture at the times.
and unfortunately, too much still is. Um, with that being said, I saw one of the Doris Wishman sets, and I was like, but I really want the one as cheesy as is. I want the one with the Chesty
Chesty
Morgan.
Morgan. That's the pink one. That's the pink one. You need to get the pink one.
It's it wasn't there. Like I think the Twilight years was there. I
Oh,
think so.
okay. That's the green one, right?
I think so. I gotta remember. Yeah,
If it's the green one, that's the nudie cutie era, which is really.
it was like the last one, the last set.
It's either green or blue.
Blue, I think. I think it's blue.
Okay, I'm still working through the blue one because I had to take a break because the
Because like
movies were numbing my brain.
some of them, yeah, it's gonna be like I like Doris Wishman, but like let's be honest, it is very much low budget, and some are better than others.
Yeah, Love Toy is amazing.
That was a fun one, but there's other ones
Yeah.
that I'm like, I remember one, and maybe you're gonna tell me which one this is, where the audio was not. Maybe there's more than one. The Foley work was like totally it was non-existent. So literally, rather than like show people speaking on the screen, they'd show the back of their heads when they're talking.
Oh, that's in loads of the early ones.
Yeah, it's like I remember watching when I was like younger, and like there's a guy sitting at a at a like a pop tate type of chocolate shop type thing,
Yeah,
right? At a restaurant,
yeah.
and he's like sitting there at there like, and he's got something. He's talking to the waitress, and when he's talking to the waitress, like they show the back of his head, and like then the voice gets 8 yard in, and then when she talks, we see the back of her, and the voice gets 8 yard in. So it may not even been their voices for crying out loud.
It might have been the Mason transplant because there's a lot of that action in that.
Sam Petrillo, whoops, Wishman.
Uh,
Keyholes are made for peeping. That's probably on the sets.
Keyholes are for peeping is in the set. I've seen it, and it's one of the worst movies I've seen in the set. Like you get the janitor guy constantly going, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing nothing. I was just making sure the doors were locked." Oh, yes, I was peeping through the whole time.
I'm not sure if
What a
Petrillo
weird
was better
movie.
as a Jerry Lewis. To be honest with you, those are okay. I know my dad is
I,
a bigger fan of Sammy Petrillo than I am.
I
Uh,
don't think anyone's better than Jerry Lewis, if you ask me, when it comes to that.
yeah,
The
and
guy just had it all.
did you ever see any of the movies that Petrillo did with like I can't remember the guy, like Gino probably know. Like it was kind of a Sammy, it was kind of like a Jerry Lewis, like Dean Martin type knockoff team.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they're
I don't
they're
remember. I don't remember who it was, but I know who you're talking about.
yeah, like I think my dad was kind of fans of them. Were bigger fans than I was. I think maybe it had to be like that time period. I had to be like really into it, but I
Yeah,
wasn't. Like I could get into like the Dead End Kids, those characters and like the people like that. Uh,
yeah.
but I just really couldn't do much with Petrillo. Should do a Jerry Lewis Night of Professor CGI movie sequel. Never, Alan. I'm sorry. I like the first original Jerry Lewis, like the original Night of Professor,
I've got the 4K.
where he does pretty much, he does Dean Martin is what he does. Like when he's
Yeah,
playing characters, he's doing.
I prefer that over the Eddie Murphy ones.
Oh, the Eddie Murphy ones are trash. I'm gonna say it right now. Like I know there's some people's favorites, but I'll be honest, they are trash. They suck. They do not stand the test of time. And I didn't even like him back in the day. The CGI was horrible.
I'll be honest.
The
I'll be
acting was
honest. For me,
bad.
I'll be honest to you. I'll be honest right now. To me, the movies are too in-your-face culture based than they should be to be completely connected to a wide audience, in my view. Not because that's wrong, but I think a lot of people would be outside that box, especially now because the humor's very. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole load of racist humor in those movies towards, towards Mexicans, towards white people, even to, and I think that doesn't age well for people, especially now.
Well, here's the thing. I don't think. Well, not for that reason. For me, I think it was a badly done film. And
They
I
are, but
don't even think it's like good, like you say, like towards like a certain. I'm not. I hate putting it going that spot because I'm not part of the community. But it's just that there's like I like my better half stuff. I grew up. I watched like BT and like I watched like some of the other stuff, like Tyler Perry and stuff like that. Uh,
yeah.
which was done so much better.
Yeah.
Um, there was a show, Michael, the guy that played Black Dynamite, and the guy that played in uh, well, Black Dynamite played Spawn, but he did a series. It was
Michael J. Y.
Which one?
Michael J. Y.
Yeah, so basically, this series 6 seasons, and it was produced by Tyler Perry. Amazing show. Duke Mitchell, yeah, people mention Duke Mitchell. Yeah, that's the one. Bela Lugosi meets a Brooklyn Gorilla. It's a, I felt like Lugosi didn't want to be there.
I don't think he wanted to be in most of them, to be honest. At a certain point, he just seemed so bored at times.
Well, the thing is, like, it's sad because Lugosi is talented. Like he's a guy that has you can see his talent. It's so evident,
Yeah.
and he gets stuck in so much stuff.
Massacre Mafia Style has one of the greatest scenes ever in it, sitting around the table in the bar, right? And the guy he says to the guy, the pushy guy, he says, "Do you know who he is? Do you know who this guy is? I'm going to tell you right now." And it's the most drivel you've ever heard. But it's hilarious listening to him because it's like, wow, it sounds just so wrong, so idiotic, and so stupid. And Duke Mitchell's just sitting there like,
I was today years old when I realized that that's the Duke Mitchell from the Brooklyn Gorilla.
Well, but it's also the Duke Mitchell from Comic Sex Toons as well.
Yeah, oh no, I know that, but I didn't realize it was one. I didn't like associate them together. He did great for Dolomite. Yeah, I like that actually.
I don't think he did give 100% in every performance because I think he was bored.
Not just that. Lugosi unfortunately had an addiction problem, and that's it's very well documented. So he couldn't give he gave the best. I say sometimes he would give the best that he could. I think in Ed Wood's films, because he felt appreciated. You'd see somebody, you would kind of give a better performance, like in Glenn or Glenda, for instance, right?
Yeah.
Bride the Monster, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But movies where he's just put in like that are literally poverty row pictures. Lugosi had an ego, he's an actor. Every actor has an ego. Lugosi very much so. He came from a point in a period where he was a stage actor. He was very much the Lothario, very much the like the heartthrob, and he considered himself to be the heartthrob. When they took that part away from him for like a period of his career, like
He's
because
bitter.
they could have brought him back for like a vampire film. They could have Universal could have used him, but they tended to like bury him beneath Karloff, and it wasn't Karloff's fault. Karloff wasn't doing any politic or anything like that. It's just Lugosi didn't take that role when they wanted him to take it, so they made him pay for that.
I will say with KG, I do agree. But in most movies where Bela Lugosi's in, unless Boris Karloff's in it, then Bela Lugosi is the best part in a lot of them.
That's because he's so good. He's so good.
But I will say this: when Boris Karloff when Boris Karloff's in a movie with Bela Lugosi, that was some of their best movies because they had such great chemistry together. I love watching movies of those two in because they just shine together. But to me, I've always been more of a Boris Karloff fan.
There should have been more Dracula, like then, hey Dracula and hey Abbott Costello.
Yes,
Dracula.
I totally agree. I think Bela Lugosi could have had a whole series of Dracula movies properly. I mean, there are some with him in. Like, what is that one called? With the one with Lionel Barrymore with him. Not Vinegar. Warner Archive released it. Kiss of the Vampire, Return of the Vampire, or something.
Kiss of the Vampire. No, Return of the Vampire is the one with the werewolf, where he's got a werewolf.
Yeah, that's not the one. Yeah, that's not the one. It's I can't remember, but it's got Lionel Barrymore in. That's what I remember. So
that's probably Kiss of the Vampire. Oh, but no, trust me, Keg, he really did. Like, Mark the Vampire. There you go. He very much did see himself as a matinee idol. He saw himself as a romantic leading man. That is very well documented about Bela Lugosi. That's why he didn't want to do Frankenstein. He didn't want to be like you're not going to put this face underneath all the makeup and that's
you're talking about Thriller, Alan. I love Vincent Price. Vincent Price, I've been watching all his movies. To me, Vincent Price, Boris Karloff, Christopher Lee, Paul Naschy, to me, are the best ones. But after them, I go to Bela Lugosi, I go to these other people down the line. Not because they're any worse, but just because I enjoy the movies they've released more. And they're easier to get hold of. I mean, most of Bela Lugosi...
Then you can't much get it easier than those Universals because they're all over the place.
That's what I mean. Most of the Bela Lugosi films are only available on Blu-ray in America.
Yeah, Dad mentioned Mark too. Mark is a remake actually of the Lon Chaney original, like senior one.
Ooh.
With the creepy makeup. Remember the creepy makeup?
I think what a lot of people forget about Bela Lugosi as well is he played Dracula on stage for years and years and years before he was even Dracula in the movie.
Exactly.
And that's why he took it so personal when they didn't do any more.
They were supposed to be he was supposed to be Daughter Dracula. There's supposed to be like a prologue, I guess, part of it. But he then they ended up not using it, unfortunately.
Talk about that. Eureka's got a sale right now. I need to buy that Nosferatu.
Oh yeah. I talked to you. If you watched my video last night, I went through the Eureka stuff last night.
Oh, you went through the Eureka stuff about me.
Yes, you should have been. I sent you a link last night when I made it. I'm like,
at 3 o'clock in the morning. You didn't give me more warning.
I didn't have more warning. Yeah, that correct, man. It is the remake of London After Midnight, which.
So Gino knows all this because he's a big 30s person.
He is. He very much is when it comes to that stuff, which is amazing for such a young guy to be into such classic stuff. Which is.
I'm going to tell you this, Keggy. Every mofo was in Columbo at some point. I'm telling you.
This was a great freaking episode of Columbo, by the way. Price's episode was. Dad joke coming in. Ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? priceless.
Priceless. Yeah, I thought you were going to say that.
You knew I was going to say that, man. You knew I was going to say it. But it was real. Me and my better half are going through Colombo again right now. Obviously not right now because I'm in Canada, but just before I left, because I was very emotional, and I'm already missing her. I'm getting ready to go to the airport, get in the plane, and I'm missing my cats already. I'm missing Hind. So I looked over and I said, I just wish we were sitting down watching Colombo together. I said, so let's make a date. When I come back, we were gonna have like a date. We're just gonna sit down together on the couch and just watch Colombo, which is one of our favorite things to do. And so yeah, we're like making our way through Colombo again. I absolutely enjoy it.
My knowledge of 1930s movies proves useless to more contemporary film audiences and girls. LOL.
Oh no, well, actually, you meet the right girl. Because here's the thing, I'm way older than you, Gino, and my knowledge did come in handy eventually.
Yeah.
So there you go, man. So it's.
Well, I'll give you an example, Gino. When I met my wife, right, she was one of the most nerdiest women I'd ever met, right, in a good way. But she wasn't open to things like anime and all this other stuff. She was more into Star Trek and, like the classic movies because from when she was growing up. When we met, she started watching all that stuff and she became more into that as I did into the stuff she watched. Like, I didn't watch 30s and 40s movies till I met her because she was recommending them to me as I was in the store with her, Now, you got to think this is like 12, 13 years ago now. And, because of her, I was able to get into them and enjoy them more. And because of me, she was able to enjoy that. But before that, we both probably would never have thought about how exciting that was. Like, if we go to the shop, yeah, exactly. And like, when we go to the shop, she goes, "Oh, have you seen this film?" And I go, she goes, "Oh, that's such a great film." And it might be something like Possessed with, Joan Crawford.
Which is a great film.
Right?
Hello, Cinema Dave.
Cinema Dave in the house. And, what I'm saying is, you just need to find, like Aaron said, the right person.
And trust me, you're not going to know. It's going to just hit. It hits, man. It just happens, man.
You get that feeling in your balls. It just feels right.
So, and here's the thing. It's never when you're looking, it's when you're not.
Yeah. I wasn't looking for my wife.
I was definitely not looking. But I might have Costello glasses.
But not the hat. You forgot to bring the hat.
I want to get a hat here. I want to get something for Spirit for Halloween. Maybe like a kind of a baseball hat, like something kind of cool, something I can have while I'm here.
Gino says, I do feel a part of an elite minority of people. So I'm the only 28-year-old who knows who Hoot Gibson is. LOL.
Just a Colombo live stream. I'm going to eventually, when I get through all Colombo, there's going to be Colombo live stream. So Sim Dave, by the way, I think you're a Colombo fan. I may get you in for that, by the way. I want to get through some of these old shows. I think I've sold myself. I am definitely going to buy the 88, 89 Mission Impossible.
You should. They're not as good, but they're decent.
Oh, they're good. I mean, like some of them, like 88, some of them are remake, sort of the earlier shows. Because one of the first episodes is The Killer, which is a remake of an earlier episode of Mission Impossible. That one I'm 100% certain on, because I've recently watched the first couple seasons. And but I love Theo Penglis, so I'm again soap opera guy, right? So Theo Penglis spent years on Shoka Days for Life. He went on General Hospital, did a whole bunch of stuff. But he's like the main guy. He's the guy with the masks, and in the Mission Impossible 88, 89. So
I know what you mean, yeah. So
basically, the series, and like spoiler alert from a TV series from the 1980s. But this did a very spooks type of thing. If people know what spooks is, I'm going to know exactly what I'm going to say next. In that Terry Markle, I think, played the lead actress in the first season of Mission Impossible, the 88 edition. And then they killed her off, like shockingly killed her off. and replaced her with Jane Butler from V, from the main actress from V, the main bad girl from V. And it was shocking back then because you didn't kill off main characters of
No.
like TV shows. And this was, because this is a fun, it's a spy show. It's fun. It's actiony. And all of a sudden she's dead.
I mean, that reminds me of the OC. Once they killed off Misha Barton, it killed the show.
It did. She wanted to go, but it did. She's coming on to Neighbours.
Yeah, she's on Neighbours now. She's actually still cute, which I like. But what I was going to say about your Mission Impossible thing was I'm actually surprised they haven't made a new series in the last few years because of how popular the films are.
I had heard that they tried at one point, and I think the popularity of the films right now is stopping them. Once I think the films stop, once like Tom
that
Cruise
makes sense.
adds another one, then we'll see Mission Impossible series. I think.
I'm glad they're stopping
series, but I won't do.
I'm glad they're stopping the films because the last movie that just came out was horrendous. It was fun action-wise, but it just didn't feel like there was much going on story-wise.
Well, after watching seeing the Mission Impossible thing, I went back and I listened to all the theme songs for Mission Impossible, the TV series, and the movies. So, Mission Impossible 2 with John Woo, holy crap. That is the worst Mission Impossible theme song ever. Done, by the way, by Limp Bizkit. Oh my God. It is horrendous. And for the TV series, I think it might have been around series 4 with Leonard Nimoy play Paris, right?
Yeah.
So they changed up the theme tune a bit during that, and it doesn't work.
Now the one sounds better.
It's good. Oh, the
original one's the best.
Original is classic. But at least they tried. Like in some of the later Mission Impossible films, they prolong the theme song just a little bit too much as they're showing way too many clips because like Mission Impossible movie series, make sure you watch every single one before you watch the next movie or you're not going to understand what the hell's going on.
I tell you, the one show that always nails the theme tune, no matter how much they change it up, will always be Doctor Who. They just nail it every time, especially for the different doctors. It just works. So through the decades, it just works.
Were you a fan of? Oh yeah, the nature scene, like San Dave's opening is amazing. By the way, if you have not seen it, Malcolm, you should. I'm
actually in the nature scene. I'm actually in the nature scene, pinned up against the tray. If you look in the background.
Do you remember like the Sylvester McCoy? When
yes.
They changed it up. Doctor Who, Doc.
Just works.
It does, but it was a shock at the time. Like, because you're going from this, because it starts off like really creepy, like in like the black and white era. It's like super creepy, right? And as it becomes more adventurous, I guess stuff like that, then it's like da 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 da, the type of thing going on. And then you get to like Sylvester McCoy, and there's like. The opening is like so much bad CGI.
Yeah.
So much bad computer animation.
Now we know why, and that's why we know we know the show ended.
Yeah. And that was getting so good at the end. It was getting so good. The episodes were so good.
I will say this. I'm glad that they actually put Paul McGann in the special when it came out, because it made him an actual official doctor properly. Do you know what I mean?
It did.
And I'm happy about that.
Heather Swift, man. Heather Ellen. Thank you so much. Watch the Woman in Black. Scare the crap out of you.
Oh, I see my two favorite guys rocking out. And I'm hey, and he's meeting girls in London.
Right on, man.
From London, sorry. Nice. I wish I was in Miami. Hey, Alvin.
I wish I was in London. Ooh. I love London.
Women in Black scared the crap out of me. Goosebumps and all in the one saying that. Oh dear.
Ooh, what's the scare? Do you remember I think Pushing Up Rosie's? Remember, the Pushing Rosie town, right?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking. Oh, yeah. She did.
Werewolf.
Oh, what was it? No, it was a different one.
No,
she was doing. Okay, go on. Yeah.
But like the latest one she did, like she did a couple of them. But she did recently. She did a Werewolf skin, which was an odd choice because it's not usually when people remember.
Yeah.
But like she's doing like
So,
pretty good. 'Cause she used to keep herself off camera, and she still
yeah.
does. But she does like, you know, super props to her because she had like body dysmorphia issues.
Yeah.
But she has an OnlyFans as a way to
Really? I
deal.
didn't know that.
Yeah, as a way to deal with it. She says, and I think it's been fairly successful. Uh, which, you know, fellow YouTuber, big props for that because that's really taking yourself into your comfort space. And that is anyway. So pushing up Rosie has a great YouTube channel, and if you like her YouTube channel, and you no, she has an OnlyFans.
What sort of OnlyFans?
What do you think? Like it's you know, OnlyFans, more adult stuff, more adult type content.
Well, I know what I'll be looking at after the stream.
Because that's the thing. Because like the thing is that she spoke before, but that she's had issues of like personal, like because she's felt about herself. So for somebody to like say, okay, I'm going to do this, I super supportive.
Well, I've got a question for everybody in the chat. Who would come and see my OnlyFans if I did special pictures and videos? Would anyone join?
Well,
Yeah, Alan probably would. You'd join, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I know, nobody would join mine, which is it's a thing. I put up the latest Halloween challenge, and I think there's another one that I didn't put up. So there may be 2 Halloween challenges going up this week on the Patreon.
Ooh.
Because we shot 2 together, and I
Yeah.
don't think I put up on short.
Oh, we've got to film some more of them, haven't we? Some more of the challenges, not the Halloween ones, but other ones.
Yeah, we also got to talk to Maddie because I'm still looking forward to that draft. We just got to figure out what day to do that.
He ran away. He ran away. I was waiting for him to tell us, and he left. I have no idea where he is. Oh no, it's that 24-hour thing, isn't he?
Oh yeah, no, he's got the big thing.
That's
Well,
what it
here's
is.
the thing with Dad and I ran away, literally.
You ran away together.
There we go. Hey, Maddie, you can stop hiding.
He's in the top bunk waiting. There he is. Here you go. Give him a wave, Vanilla.
I was never a top bunk person. I was a bottom bunk person. We have top or bottom.
So you're a bottom. Okay, let me ask you this. So you're the bottom.
Bottom bunk.
A bottom. You said you liked the bottom. You didn't say the bunk. You said bottom. So now we know. Everybody is a bottom.
I'm so excited about this, Malcolm.
Hey, when are you going to get a chance to watch it?
Not now, because I'm a 4K player. Probably when I get back. Unless I go to watch the Dad's, maybe January. So maybe January, because Dad, I can see him watch this.
Has he got it? Has he got it? Because if not, you can watch it with him, can't you?
Yeah, well, that's the thing, right? I don't think my dad has. I don't think my dad has any of the indicator ones. My dad was here for a bit. I know he was.
So you're going to see him in January?
Yeah, January, late December. So it all depends. All depends on how things go, like what I'm doing here, how things go. There's like stuff that are still up in the air, so trying to figure out. Very excited about everything, and it's still so new. It's only been a few days since I've been here, and it seems like so much. It seems like so much has happened, and like in just such a little period of time.
Yeah,
and it's been crazy.
How is him, by the way?
Good. I mean, like she's the kitty cats were. Just a couple of them were sick, and are the worst possible times I'm gone. She's given the medication on her own. So she was worried about flustered, tired, and so we're talking. Today she just took today she did spa day, which I'm so excited about. So glad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she really did need one. She really needed 2. She really deserved it. But I didn't know that she was going. So I'm trying to contact her, and I knew she was stressed, and she wasn't feeling the best. So I was worried. So I'm worried. I'm trying to contact her, type thing. And so I get to the mall because I'm on Wi-Fi here, guys. I don't have Canadian phone. There's no Canadian phone. Everything's on Wi-Fi. So I'm contacting her through a day, and like she's doing the thing. She's doing a whole spa day, so obviously she's not going to be see phone messages, anything like that. You're not allowed to take your phone to a spa. But anyway, so I see it online pop up, and I'm hit the mall, and I've just got my Wi-Fi on and I'm like calling her right away, and she's like, "Oh, I was doing the spa thing." And I'm like, had this like, this like relief go over me. Like you don't realize like how far off it is, and how much and how much it can affect you
Yes.
until you're in that spot and in
Yeah.
that situation. She's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, don't be sorry. Like, I'm really glad that you did that. And anytime that you want, like, do that, just let me know because it was
It
this,
freaks you out, but you're not there.
yeah, because I don't know, and I can't, and I'm like, I want to be able, I want to be able to be there. I want to be able to protect. I want to be able to
Yeah.
like take care of things. I want to like if cats are sick, if she's not feeling well, I want to be the guy that like that takes care of that put that load on my shoulders. That's what I do.
Yeah.
As a couple, that's what we do.
I had a similar thing with Donna when I came over here and she's in America. I tried calling her because at the time my mum was still alive and living with us, and I can't get hold of her. And I was like, it's a mum in the hospital. Is she going to need me to be there, Because her mum was quite fragile, being in her 80s. And I was like, oh, is she going to be all right? Is she all right? Keep calling, Finally get through. She's like, I'm okay. And all this. I'm like, all right, take your clothes off now. No, none of that. I just was worried about it. But like you, I understand. It's very hard, especially when you're used to being with that person every day,
It's not easy being long distance. It's not. Like
No.
we're doing this now for 3 months, and that's long enough for me. That's too long.
Yeah, it's too
But
long.
it's hard. It's going to be hard. Like for me, it's just going to be a lot of this, like hopefully working and making, and then doing this, working
Well,
and having a job.
if you get really lonely, you can always get your Halloween end still book out and have some fun.
Oh, you mean the best of the Halloween Blumhouse trilogy?
Yes,
Sure.
yes. What's this? Alan says, May December, your OnlyFans would probably be showing bare bones DVDs or stripped down Blu-rays or essential 4K unboxing, stripping of plastic. I like that, actually. So I could do it like this.
That's like an
Look at
ASMR.
this slip. Look at this, slipping it in and out.
That's like an
Oh,
ASMR.
yeah.
That would actually make money, Alan. That's an ASMR type of OnlyFans. Those
I
things
actually think. No.
I was going to say, like, it's crazy, like that stuff, like that does so well, like ASMR, or you see,
I'll
or there's
never
like
understand
things
it.
with like people eating, and that's all it is. It's just like, and I'm like, what do people see with seeing this?
Well, I can tell you, right? First of all, Alan, that's probably the smartest thing I've heard you ever say. So thanks for that recommendation, because I'm going to go with that. And second of all, I have a friend who's very into ASMR, and he says that it helps him relax, that it helps calm him, and all this. When I listen to it, it irritates the hell out of me.
Yeah.
Right? I just can't get into it. Like this whole bubblegum popping, and all this and this other stuff. I don't understand it, and it's always really sexualized. Right?
Is it always? Is it really?
But in some ways, I mean, my friend when he was younger, he had his own ASMR channel because he really, really was into it, and people were putting things on there like, "Oh, I'd like to use that mouth for things," and all this other stuff, and it creeped him out.
Yeah,
But I can't imagine sitting there listening to someone eating burger and fries and all this other stuff. It just doesn't, the only noise I want in my life is my wife having fun with my body, right? And me having fun with hers.
Hammer films of unintentional ASMR.
That's true. But that's different.
That's
different because
I think for like real actual like hardcore, I don't mean hardcore in that way, but I mean like in like really deep ASMR type stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way you're wired, like audio. like wise, like how things, like some people. Hey, Dark Serious, welcome, man.
Oh, you didn't have an ASMR channel.
About like you have people that like.
Hi, Dove said yes.
There's a show on Playboy's channel back in the day called Etc. And it would talk about like different things and different like kinks, whatever type stuff. I don't want to get too much into it because it's my regular channel. But there was
So
like
if you want about Aaron's kinks and his
not my
fetishes,
kinks.
join us on Patreon
Yeah,
in
okay.
November. When we look at the Melusian stuff.
But where it was like, what was the crazy thing it did? It was like balloons. There's like a balloon thing, and there's a clown thing that freaked me the hell out.
The clown thing. Is it because they play with the nose? Boom, 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 boom.
Because he dressed up like clowns.
Oh, yeah, I know what that is. Because they used to do clown adult entertainment. A girl died from that. This really beautiful woman. Seriously, she was in Fast Times at NAU when it was, Naughty America's site. Okay. And she got into clown, adult entertainment. And basically, she was putting the makeup on and that, and she died on the set because she suffocated from it.
Jeez.
Yeah. So for a long time, clown stuff was completely kind of like shut down because it was compiled as dangerous.
Yeah, I can see. Well, look at like not in that aspect of it. Wizard of Oz, right? So like Buddy Epson was initially in the Wizard of Oz. He was a tin woodsman. And they're putting like this, like the paint stuff on, the body paint that they use, silver body paint. And it was like you couldn't breathe. Like he was allergic to it. And they put it all over too. They put it way more than they should have. So he ended up like leaving this, like we went off. And I think it was Jack Haley, right? Took over.
Yeah, it was.
But yeah, you think like, it's crazy. It's like, you go think back to Goldfinger.
Exactly, yeah.
Because it's
going back to SMR again quickly. One of the reasons I can't do this, I've got autism, right? I've got high function autism. That's what the doctor says, right? But sounds really get to me over certain periods. So something like that will eventually irritate me. Like if there's too many crowds, I can hear it, like really in my ear. It doesn't affect me to the point where I'm like, but it gives me a splitting headache. So that might be one of the reasons I struggle with that as well. I just want to put that in there because you were saying, yourself.
It is like it's one of my favorite shows of all time, by the way.
Nice.
Were you a Quinn Martin guy? Do you know Quinn Martin?
No.
Correction. So there's a whole bunch of like detective shows. So Barnaby Jones is one of them. And there's a show.
Oh, I know Barnaby Jones. I know the name Barnaby Jones. I know that, but I've never seen it.
So basically, there's a show called Fillmore. Used to come on like Disney Channel, right?
Yeah.
It was like one of those cartoons. Like, and so it would make fun of those shows, and like, but in a nice and loving way. So Quinn Martin detective shows had chapters, right? So it would start off like chapter 1, ride to death, right? And it would go like around like halfway through the show, and like there'd be like kind of a sort of a cliff, not a cliffhanger, but sort of something would happen.
Like an intermission.
And then we'll come back, right? Like chapter 2, dead man's hand. It was so cool, man. As a kid, I was like, oh, this is so cool. This is like the best thing ever.
What was that? I watched a film recently that had that. It was an old, I think it was a Boris Karloff film where it had chapter 1, chapter 2 going through, like the different things of the story.
Is that like a serial, I mean?
Yeah.
I love the serials.
Jack Haley got pink eye from when they changed the Tin Man. Trust you, Alan, to talk about pink eye. Welcome, Wayne. High functional autistic as well. And I can't really sleep without ASMR. However, there are a lot of sexual MSRs out there who have no business creating ASMR. Well, I'm glad you can get into it, Gino. Because I think the problem is we've got to remember, I think what people forget about people with autism is everybody's different, you know. Everybody has different issues with like sound, noise, whatever, and that's why it's such a large community of people, because it's so different. And I'm glad that ASMR helps you a lot. I really am. For me, For me, I have the sound of my ear beating constantly in my ear. I can hear my blood flow constantly in my ear, and it's really annoying. But ASMR is not my thing.
Police Squad made fun. Police Squad made fun of the whole Quinn Martin. It's like if you watch the Police Squad Naked Gun movies, that's all the take on
Brilliant.
Quinn Martin stuff.
Do you think Liam Neeson's gonna be good in that?
I mean, I think he could, but for me, here's the thing. Leslie Nielsen. It's gonna be hard, man. It's like
I like how they both have almost the same name. Leslie Nielsen, Liam Neeson.
Like they both are actors that started in very serious dramatic roles. Leslie Nielsen, people don't remember this, but Leslie Nielsen was not a comedic actor. He was just very much a dramatic actor. He's in one of my dad's favorite movies of all time, actually. With directed by Charles Laughton. And I'm totally blanking right now. What am I thinking about, man?
I'm trying to think. Charles Laughton. Gino, you'll know this, surely.
Nine Hunter.
Is that the one with Robert Mitchum?
Yeah, because he's the husband he does in prison. That's him, right?
I didn't know that. I didn't know that because I haven't seen that.
I think it's him.
There you go, Gino. No Night of the Hunter. Leslie Nielsen's best film, boy, in case you've never seen it.
Oh, you're going to say Prom Night. I knew you were going to say Prom Night, man. I want to know if it's him or was it Peter Graves? Maybe it's Peter Graves. I get confused with that. I do literally get
easily done. It's easy to. When I was a kid, I always got him and Leslie Nielsen. It's Peter Graves, isn't it? Okay.
I get him confused. But yeah, no, Leslie Nielsen did do a lot of serious roles. And so, but then came along, of course, Airplane.
Yeah.
And then later.
That changed everything.
Yeah. Naked Gun, right? And all of a sudden it's like, are you serious?
And then he became the parody guy.
Yeah. And the thing was, behind the scenes, Nielsen was a big comedian. He was always pulling pranks. He was always doing gags. He went around with kind of a fart thing that he used to use. I'm not joking. Yes, this is a real thing. So Liam Neeson is very much the guy that is known for being very serious. But I can see Liam Neeson also being a goof.
Well, he was great in Life's Too Short, where he plays the grocer in the scene where he goes, "Why aren't you open?" And he goes, "Because I've got full blood." And it just makes you laugh because he goes, "No, not that, because that's not funny, is it, Liam?" And he goes, "Okay, knock knock," and he goes, "Hi, I do this," and he goes, "What's the matter?" And he goes, "I've got full blood." And you're just like, come on. He's great. And he was great once upon a time. What's that? Was it the one with Seth MacFarlane? That West one.
Oh, you mean the 8 Men Ways Down the West? Yeah.
Yeah, he was great in that. So I think he's got a good timing, but I don't know, some things I think maybe left.
It's like I don't think his casting is bad. Who's doing it, and two, who's writing it. That's going to make a big difference.
Well, I can tell you, John Woo is directing it, and Wong Jing is producing it with Harvey Weinstein.
See, so once you said the Harvey Weinstein thing, I'm like, no, crap, you're joking. When you said John Woo, I'm like, oh, we're screwed.
You don't like John Woo movies?
No, I love John Woo, just not for doing Naked Gun, man. But it's going to be different. I mean, it was the thing of its time. George Kennedy was like a good straight man. You had somebody that you couldn't put in these movies nowadays. A certain football player that maybe a little psychotic, allegedly.
Well, you know what? The problem is what people need to remember about that time, right, is it was so long ago, but the actors were very different to what they are today. Yeah. Like a beautiful, let's put an example, a beautiful love interest, right? Let's put that into perspective in a movie was so much more natural and different to if you put one in it now.
It's Priscilla
You
Presley,
know,
like in Nick.
I believe so. It's been so long since I've seen them. I need to get the Blu-rays. But saying that, the first one's coming out in 4K. So,
oh, thank you, Cinema Dave, man.
oh, thank you, Cinema Dave. That means a lot to me.
It does actually. I really
Thanks,
appreciate it. I mean, I know that like Anne Nicole Smith did that like scene in part 3 where she gets, which was so good.
Yeah.
I wish she'd done more, man. She
was great in Skyscraper.
She was better than people ever gave her credit for. Like Jane Mansfield. Jane Mansfield was just, again, another one went too soon.
Oh, I agree.
So much better and so much smarter than people ever gave her credit for, which is such a damn shame.
What's her name was good as well. Completely different, but a liar. The singer.
When Queen of the Damned, right?
Yeah, Queen of the Damned, Romeo Must Die. Gorgeous, phenomenal actress, had so much potential to be a real force in the industry.
She was great. Like that was not a great movie, but she was hypnotizing in it.
She was phenomenal in Romeo Must Die.
Oh, she was 100%. But even in like Queen of the Damned, which I don't consider to be a great movie, I think that she's the best part of it. She is 100% the best part of it. Without it would be a nothing burger without her.
No, nothing burger. I like that. A nothing burger. What an analogy. Nothing burger.
I was actually thinking the other day, like, who could do like Columbo, right? Because eventually it's going to happen, man. And who I think could do it? He's older. If they would go, if they skewered older, which they won't do.
Sure. They'll never. They'll get some young guy, won't they?
Yeah, they'll get some young guys. I think they're like young Columbo. Shifty does a good job. Fantastic. Henry Winkler, especially after watching Barry. Henry Winkler, and he's got the mannerisms. Like I was like, oh man, and I'm watching like Columbo, and I'm like, this really reminds me of like kind of stuff that Henry Winkler does. And people forget, like Peter Falk is like an incredible actor. With Cassavetes a lot. Actually, Cassavetes is in a great episode of Columbo. So is Gina Rowland. Gina Rowland's in a better episode of Columbo.
So that's why I said nearly everybody was in there from the classic times. And
that's the thing. Like he could get the people to come in. Like a lot of these actors weren't going into and doing shows like this. But oh God, what's the one? He's like a German actor, and he plays like this guy. Like their whole house is kind of like modernized. So like doors are open, and like there's all these like cameras in the like everything's being like filmed and stuff like that. And it's so good. But he's one of those actors that you never get in something like this. But like Peter Falk flew to where he was at, and
well, I think what people forget is Peter Falk was a top tier actor. Most people just think of him as as Columbo. Yeah. But he's so much more than that.
So much more films. Remember the In-Laws?
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I think if they try to make a remake, they can Falk off. To be honest.
It'd be hard. I mean, you'd have to really get a good actor. How to get a good actor?
Who could play him? Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. Look, I'll do a better job than Jason Momoa. I'm sorry. No, Jason Momoa can't, and neither can I. I would. I don't know if there's an actor I can think of.
What we need, a good actor for that role would be somebody like Sean Bean's age now. But I'm not Sean Bean. Somebody who's got that respect and who's a top tier older actor, but not too much older. Do you know what I mean?
See, I would go like Malcolm for me, but if I was casting it, I wouldn't pick anybody from TV and movies. I would go straight to theater. I would go straight.
Actually, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get kind of an unknown, but someone that's got the chops to do it, because you really, really need to have that. Hey there, Mike. Welcome, man. Don't Look Now. Would you class it as a giallo? Not really. It's a great film. Nicholas Roeg did an amazing job. Mike, as a film aficionado, ever want to know about like editing movies, like
Yeah.
watch the editing of that is just insanely good.
I
Um,
I
some people do
will.
consider it like a North American giallo, but I
It's
don't. More thriller.
it's got elements. It's got elements. I would say. I would say Joe Pesci could pull off
No,
Columbo.
no,
You just reminded me who could play Columbo. Peter Dinklage.
yes, very much yes. Though they've already kind of remade Columbo in a weird way. Uh, and I can't remember the name of the show, but it's on TV right now. And
When you look at that, what do you think of the Per Mason remake and the Ironside remake?
I hated the Ironside remake,
Yeah, that one was terrible.
and I don't remember the Paramount remake.
The Per Mason one wasn't good. I've got that. I've got the first series of that. I think got cancelled almost immediately. The Ironside one I thought
Oh,
was
wait
a
a minute.
joke,
Was
to
that
be
the like
honest.
more an action show? Like, where's a lie?
Yeah, a
Where's
little
like
bit.
detective instead of a
A
liar?
little bit more, yeah. A little bit more, yeah. It
I
was a
didn't know
younger
that.
guy as well.
I thought it would have been. I thought like we were getting there. I don't
Yeah.
think it was Perry Mason in the like the way I want Perry Mason, but I think it
No.
could have grown to that. The actress, I knew the actress name, I just wanted to know the show name. So Natasha Lyonne is literally playing Columbo right now in a show called Poker Face. If you have not seen it, what
I
the
saw that
hell?
in the store today. I saw that in the store today, actually.
It is. Oh, you got to buy it. So it is pretty much like even the uh, the font and the color of the font is like the Columbo episodes. But she is so good, and she literally that's the character. She's playing like a female version of Columbo with
Such
everything.
an underrated actress as well.
She is so good. I mean, I love Natasha Lyonne, like everything that she's in. I think she's fantastic, and she's so good in this. And when you think of it, and she's got, you wouldn't think of it, but you know, she does that slouchy, sloppy type of thing
Yeah.
that she can do, and it works because in the series Poker Face, I won't give it away too much because I do want you to watch this, Malcolm. She works in the beginning as at this casino, and she has this. She's very observant. She's this very like much like Columbo. She's this very observant character, and it comes out like in ways like pretty much immediately. And much like Columbo, there's a murder at the beginning, and then and then it goes.
One of her best scenes is in American Pie, which goes like, yeah, so good. Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah,
And she just looks at the thing. She was good in Freeway 2.
She was really good in Freeway too.
She was good in Orange is the New Black as well.
She was amazing in Orange is the New Black.
And was it Dollface? A Russian Doll, wasn't it? She was in as well.
She was right. She was first season. That was amazing. Kathy Bates in the remake of reboot. It's not really much. She's not playing Matlock as in that Matlock. They actually reference Matlock, the TV series, in the Kathy Bates show, from like the preview that I saw. So you're Matlock, and I think in the trailer it's like, you know, you mean like the TV show, and she's like, yeah, like the TV show. So yeah, if it can capture the feel of Matlock, I'm down with it. Like, because here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you guys. Here's a little secret. I love Matlock. I got the complete series. Andy Griffith is amazing in Matlock. Andy Griffith is amazing in Facing the Crowd. I was not a fan of the Andy Griffith show. As a kid, it bored the living hell out of me. Now, as an adult, maybe I'll go back and I'll like it. But yeah, Kathy Bates, she's an amazing actress. So if they can script it well, that's the thing. It all comes down to this, guys. They can cast all the amazing actors you want. Ironside's a perfect example. Great actor in Ironside, right? Great actor in the remake of Ironside. Not a good show. Kathy Bates, if they script a good show, bam. What's the name of the show? With Edward Woodward did the Equalizer, right? And then there's
the Equalizer,
the movies. And so when they said they're doing Equalizer series, and is it Queen Latifah or something like that?
Yeah, Queen Latifah. She's the female equalizer now. Third season. I was shocked by that, but it's third season now.
Yeah, because I was like, I'm not going to watch this. This is not my thing. Turned it on, watch it. It was really good. I'm like, okay, yeah, she got it. Like you got to get the feel. You got to get the feel. If you don't have the feel for the original show, you can tell when somebody's doing it to cash in, and when somebody cares about what they're doing.
I'll tell you a show I really liked, and then I'll say this quickly about the Matlock. I really like the Taken TV series. I really like that. The one based off the Liam Neeson movies. I thought that was brilliant.
I did too.
And I can't believe it got cancelled because it was phenomenal. It was a fantastic action series, especially when they were going after him and everything. As for Kathy Bates, I think Kathy Bates needs to join Brazzers or Naughty America because I'd rather see her getting frisky, to be honest. But I think she could play a good Matlock. I might watching Kathy Bates in Matlock if she has a hot tub scene like in About Schmidt. There you go. Quick hot take for a boy. When I was younger and that came out, I masturbated to that scene nearly every night before I went to sleep. I thought she was one of the most beautiful women I'd ever seen back then. To this day, I always tell the wife, I need to leave the room when this scene comes on because otherwise I might end up getting a bit too excited.
Okay.
So Dobsidious is right about that. See?
I think Kathy Bates is going to be will be good. It's just as long as the material's there for her.
Yeah, she was phenomenal in the American Horror Story.
Oh God, yeah, she was really good in that. Especially that was a season with the New Orleans, right? Where they did the
yeah, because she did a few, didn't she? She did Freak Show.
Yeah.
She did. What's the other one's called? Freak Show. Hotel was Series 6, right? Because she weren't in that one, I don't think. She was in Coven as well, weren't she?
Well, Coven's the one I'm talking about. Coven was my favorite one with her in it. That's the one I think she did the best.
Yeah. We're going to have to go back and watch. Don't watch the Andy Griffith Show. I can tell you this right now.
Wait till the shows to watch. Man.
Donna's mum had the Andy Griffith Show. Right, I put on. Even I was bored of it. Right. Again, I Love Lucy. Right, Donna's mum loved that show years ago. It was on TV. She bought the collector's edition for like $250. She put it in and she went, "Oh, this is absolute garbage. What was this?" Yeah, and then never touched it again.
I mean, one thing I will say stands the test time, and some people are going to totally disagree with me, but I'm saying it. Three's Company. 100%. Love Three's Company. I think Three's Company still is one of the funniest shows. And basically because John Ritter is just such an amazing, just physical actor. And it's so rare. He was kind of like the Chaplin of his time, but on TV. You got to see a guy do this incredibly insane amount of physical comedy.
Yeah.
At a time when it never got appreciated as much. But go back and watch.
John Ritter.
When you see the scene, the episode when he's trying to get to sleep, he just wants to get to sleep. He's been working and he's been studying all weekend, and he's at this cabin because Larry said, "Hey, come to a cabin. You'll be able to get some rest there." He goes to the cabin. He's going to get some rest. There's this hammock. And he's trying to get in the hammock, and he's flipping over and trying so hard, and he's exhausted. And you can see the exhaustion in his face. And Larry has brought a girl up, and Larry's told the girl that Jack is a famous commercial producer. He produces commercials, so he's trying to go to sleep, and he's trying to get in this hammock. And this girl's coming up, doing commercial jingles to him. He doesn't know what the hell's going on. It's an utterly amazing scene of frustration and physicality, and it's only beat by one other scene. There's a season later where Janet decides to go flying to this party where this to get a position where this guy's at. So she needs Jack to go with her. Jack doesn't like to fly, so Jack takes some medication for because he has fear of flying. He gets there and he drinks some champagne. And it affects him. And so you get this kind of dance, kind of fun scene where this music comes on and Jack starts to move to the music. It is one of the most brilliant scenes I've ever seen on TV or film.
Truth.
Like it put it right up there with the Chaplin and the Buster Keaton stuff. That watch that scene. It's just so good. It is just so good. Have you seen it?
I've never seen Three's Company.
You've got to see that scene. It's like
I want to
it's
see it.
amazing.
Donna hates it. Donna says it's one of the worst shows she's ever seen.
Well, here's the thing. You're gonna like the girls on Three's Company. And I don't mean just mean the girls, like as in that are in the house. I mean every single girl that Jack and Larry.
I'll check a couple of things I like John Ritter was in. I liked him when he was in Buffy. Do you remember where he's dating Michelle Gellar's mum in it, and he's the robot character thing?
Yeah, he's like.
I love that. He's brilliant in that, and I loved him in 8 Simple Rules, and that was so terrible when he died. And I loved that they made this whole couple of episodes about losing him, you know, and how important he was, and how they didn't just replace him with someone else because he's irreplaceable. You know, I also like in 8 Simple Rules when they do that Three's Company flashback episode.
Yeah.
Brilliant actor. Died way too soon.
He was so good. It switched Sling Blade too, like another one. Like very different role for like John Ritter.
If you ask me, John Ritter and Rick Mao both died way too soon with their comedy. They were brilliant. They were both incredible artists.
And it's such a shame. Like Steve Martin, short funny. Well, yes, and some ways maybe a little bit funnier. And I love Steve Martin. Steve Martin's another one that people like back in the day loved, but thanks to only Merged in the Building, like is getting a renaissance. But for a while, like people forgot how good he was. Because
I love him in The Man with Two Brains.
Oh yeah. Is that the one with the killer? Like the serial killer?
Yeah.
And he's in the elevator, remember? And it's actually a very famous person.
Yeah, it is. And because he takes the body, doesn't he? Because he takes the body.
Yeah.
And it's his actual friend who's doing it.
It was so. That was so fun.
I love that movie. I just love the way he does things. Like when he says to this little girl, call an ambulance and tell him this, and then she repeats the whole thing back to him. He goes, "That's right," and you're like, no kid would remember this. You know, Saved by Brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. But his comedy, for the most part, it's very much of its time. You know what his type of comedy was. I mean, at that time. You won't get away with that comedy so much now, but I do think that under the right direction, he's still as great as he was.
I 100% agree. I'm trying to find something for you now, man. So it keeps hacking for a second.
So let's see. Three Amigos. Well, one and two, because it was two. Dove says, I actually like Three Amigos with Chevy Chase and the other two in. I haven't seen it. Well, I think 101 Films released it over. I need to pick it up. I think it was Fabulous Films. It was one or the other. I like it. The other things I picked up. Oh, Dove said yes. I picked up. Did you know Simone used to go by Pig Eye Jackson in the early days? I didn't know that. Donna saw Steve Martin live at a comedy show before he was really famous. She went and saw him in the thing when he used to do his tuna sandwich jokes. He used to do a stand-up routine with tuna sandwiches, and Donna said that's when she realised he was going to be a star. So that was quite impressive when she says that stuff to me about that. Just realised I've got one missing. What was I going to say? Let's see. So, I've said yes. Has anybody here been watching many horror movies? And if so, what ones?
I sent it to you, the clip, by the way.
Have a look. Mute this and I'll just have it up for later.
Yeah. Don't watch it without the music. Like watch it after. Because the
Yeah,
music's
that's what I said. That's what I said. I'll watch it later. I just have it on there ready, so that when I go back on, it's
but I have to head off because I want to talk to my mom before she heads off to bed, and it's already like 8:35 here. Um I want to thank everybody for coming in. I want to thank Malcolm for, man, I've missed this, man. This is
Yeah, me too.
the band.
It's crazy to actually be here.
I know. I didn't know if I was going to be able to get this done as soon as I did. So when you said, I sent you the video thing, you said, "Oh, should I get some stuff out?" And I'm like, "Yes." It's kind of the hint, but I'm not going to push it.
just so people know, if Aaron sends him a message before he goes live, that's him saying, "You push to be on now. You say, oh, I'll be on,' and then you'll get the link." That's what happens.
This thing.
Yeah.
With that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming in here. Have a wonderful night. My mom's been catching him on Coronation Street, so she's a little bit behind.
Oh, nice.
I'm a bit ahead of her, so I'm letting her see a few episodes. Thank you guys so much for coming in. Like, share, subscribe, super sticker, super chat, donate, become part of the Patreon, and above all, have fun, enjoy movies, and happy Halloween.
Yes.